2024 in the July 4th flooding that killed at least 132 people. Kentucky officials just holding a briefing on the deadly church shooting that followed a traffic stop yesterday.
The preliminary investigation indicates a KSP trooper conducted a traffic stop on Terminal Drive. While interacting with the occupants, one of the individuals presented a firearm and shot our trooper, which resulted in very serious injuries.
Kentucky Sergeant Matt Sudeth. Investigators say the suspect then stole another vehicle and went to a Baptist church, reportedly looking for the mother of his children, and opened fire, killing 2 people, critically wounding 2 others, before he was shot and killed by police. President Trump is sending more weapons to Ukraine indirectly, announcing a deal with NATO during an Oval Office meeting with the leader of the alliance.
We're going to supply weapons to NATO at a large amount. They're going to deliver the weapons, and they're going to pay for 100% of the weapons.
The president also announcing that Russia's trading partners will face 100% tariffs if there's no deal to end the war in Ukraine in 50 days. More than 20 Democrat-led states are suing the Trump Education Department over what they say is a freeze of more than $6 billion in grant money that was supposed to be available July 1st, including funding for after-school and summer programs. The Trump administration has said grants are under review to ensure recipients align with the president's priorities. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Finding new things in an old investigation. Mostly sunny and 85 in downtown Indy. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. A baby was found in a trash can in 1994, and now Franklin police have uncovered new details in the case. Ryan Hedrick reports.
It was at a news conference on Monday when the Franklin police chief announced the name of the baby's mother.
Cheryl Dawn Larson was confirmed as baby Hope's mother.
Chief Cochran said at the time Larson and her then husband were living close to the park where the baby was found in a trash can, stabbed multiple times. Lieutenant Chris Tennell for Franklin PD.
Paul R. Shepard as baby Hope's biological father.
Shepard had no idea that he had a daughter, say police. Nobody has been named as the baby's killer. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Heat and humidity are not going anywhere anytime soon in Indiana. Casey Crosby is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. He says the best chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms are on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, but will they be severe?
No, the wind fields are not real strong. It's going to be unstable thanks to all the humidity, but without the lack of stronger winds up in the mid levels, usually we don't get a whole lot of severe weather. Can't rule out an isolated strong wind gust, but nothing substantial.
He says the whole state should be ready to get more rain this week at some point. Police in Indianapolis say they've made an arrest in a shooting case from this past weekend. IMPD's accusing Anthony Bean of shooting 2 people inside a car on West 38th Street on Indy's northwest side this morning. They made that announcement today. IMPD's violent crimes unit found Bean on Sunday. He was arrested on 2 counts of murder. After both people were shot, they were taken to hospitals but later died. Bean is 19 years old. The Indiana gas average is $2.95 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. That's down 15 cents from this time last week. The cheapest gas in the state is in Indianapolis at $2.58. Fever Fest is coming up. It's a combination of sports, entertainment, and more.
With fans coming from more than 50 different countries, all 50 states, we wanted to be able to put something new. And so this comedy and music festival that will be at Everwise Amphitheater is a really exciting first foray into the being holistic entertainment providers.
That's Joseph Graziano from Pacer Sports and Entertainment. Fever Fest is this Saturday, July 19th, and you can use the code INDY25 for a discount on tickets. It's 3:04, your traffic and weather next.
You know, sometimes dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating, whether it's missed appointments, sloppy workmanship, or just a general sense of indifference about helping you. Frustrating hardly describes that experience, Hammer.
And that's why we want to welcome a new advertiser to the Hammer and Nigel family, somebody you're going to be hearing quite a bit about in the coming months, Victor's Home Solutions.
Victor's installs the highest quality roofs available for your home, and they take all those negative stereotypes and turn them on their head.
They start with the basics, prompt, follow-up, showing up to appointments on time. And then they go above and beyond with installation teams that are so skilled, so precise, that Victor's is able to offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install.
5-star customer service and perfect installation. You're going to be really impressed with Victor's. They're the only roofer Hammer and I recommend to our listeners. It all starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. Call 1-866-VICTORS or victors.com.
With traffic at 3:05, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from Michigan Street down to the South Split because of construction. We are delayed 7 minutes. And inbound 69 slows from 96 down to 465. A reminder that off ramp from eastbound 465 to Benford going southbound Benford 69. Yeah, that's shut down until September 9th at 6 a.m. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Partly cloudy skies for the day today. It is going to be warm and humid. High temperatures will be in the mid and upper 80s, but feels like temperatures will be close to 90. Tonight, we'll look for partly cloudy skies. It's going to be mild and muggy with lows falling into the lower 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Oh, man, Hammer, I hate starting out a segment like this, but like the peace tents and the begging didn't work over the weekend. My name is Nigel. That's Hammer. I don't want to mock the peace tents, okay? There's a group.
I will, because it's a bad idea.
It's a group called Indy Peace. I think it was, last week they set up an Indy pop-up tent next to a crowd of people watching and playing basketball in a zip code that leads in the number of homicides. And Indy Peace has worked to reduce violence in Indianapolis for a couple of years. So, look, man, anybody trying to quell the violence in Indianapolis, I don't feel comfortable mocking necessarily, but it's just that I don't know that it's working, and nobody saw that it was working over this weekend. Again, another violent weekend in central Indy.
It's not that the people that are working at the tent are the problem. The problem, which is totally, I think, worth mocking, is that city leadership thinks this is an answer. The answers are simple to the crime in Indy. Okay. Start arresting people or fining people. But you can't do that right now because that's not what the law allows. So until the city county council and the Indiana General Assembly change things from that perspective, the promotion of peace tents is a laughable solution to me. And again, I live here. I'm a Marion County resident. The type of people that are going to show up to your peace tents are not the ones that are downtown with a gun at 2 o'clock in the morning. Honestly, the type of people who show up to the peace tents are the type of folks that get robbed by the folks that are downtown with a gun at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I guess the only thing I would say, my perspective is, I agree with absolutely everything you said, but they're trying. There's groups, there's organizations that are crying.
The organizations are, the city's not. That's where I'm at. The organization.
Indy Peace is trying. Again, they set up this pop-up tent next to a crowd of people watching and playing basketball. I'm looking at wishtv.com, our news gathering partners, which is in a zip code that leads the number of homicides and also non-fatal shootings.
Right.
And so their point is you set up these tents and you have conversations with people and things like that.
If my kids opened up a lemonade stand and said, lemonade for peace, okay, they're trying to help.
I know.
But the real reality is that's not doing anything. And the city was promoting these peace tents like this is something that's really going to make a difference. And I'm sorry to be such a surly, negative Nancy here,
Don't
but
be sorry. I understand what you're saying.
It's a mess right now. Like this past weekend, okay, at least 14 people were shot or stabbed 6 people killed,
6,
including 2 juveniles.
I think a 2-year-old, man. A 2-year-old.
You break down the numbers, Nige. Somebody is shot or stabbed in Indy every 5.14 hours this weekend. Somebody was killed every 12 hours from Friday until the end of the weekend. There was another double shooting downtown outside of Indy's government building, the same building where the city council, they're going to talk about no penalty curfew on Wednesday night. How's that for irony?
So frustrating. It is, and I don't live here. You're a Marion County resident. I looked at you today. I go, get out of Marion County, man.
You're not the only one that tells me that. But I always talk about...
I'm not leaving. You're like Leo DiCaprio and The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving.
I'm not
leaving.
I'm either Wolf of Wall Street or I'm Michael Bolton in Office Space. Why should I leave? They're the ones that suck. But on Friday, the chief of police, Chris Bailey, who I think is a good guy,
absolutely,
put out this video basically begging bad guys to not be bad guys this weekend.
We need some help from everyone in our community. Parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, cousins, mentors, anybody that has reach to young people in our community to send them a message of peace, a message of hope, that your life matters, that your choices matter, both for you and everyone around you. I'm asking and I'm begging that we have a peaceful and safe weekend.
I'm begging.
Yeah, they didn't get that memo.
No,
And
are you okay with him saying I'm begging though? Because some people aren't. Some people are like
the chief.
Yeah. I don't think it's the strongest look. Like the peace tense and begging are not going to work in Marion County.
You could go the hard ass route. You're going to get arrested. We'll find you. We'll put your parents in jail. Like, I know none of this is legal. I'm just speaking off the top of my head.
Right.
When I'm talking about, yeah, I'm begging. I don't know if that was, just off the cuff or if that was written for him. Hogsett's his boss.
Right.
He's, his boss is not a good leader.
No. But if that were somebody's idea, like if I don't know if there's a marketing team or the communications team, which I know exists at IMPD. Yeah. If they said, we want you to say this, that person should be fired because that was a bad look. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a guy that likes the chief of police.
He was on with us last week.
Right. And he's got a real tough job. I mean, look who his bosses are, for Christ's sake. Yeah. Look who he's got to answer to. Boss Hogsett. Look what he's got to deal with. Ryan Mears letting these people out, and they have to arrest the same dudes and women over and over and over again. It sucks. It's not an ideal situation, but you can't be out here saying, I'm begging bad guys to stop. I just don't think that's a good look. We've got a statement from Rick Snyder. He's the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, friend of this program. He put this out earlier today. FOP statement on another violent weekend. Quote, begging and peace tents won't solve the violence overtaking our capital city. Indianapolis neighborhoods and our downtown deserve consistency, not complacency. As peacemakers, we are called upon to make peace, not beg for it or posture for it.
Wow.
So I took that as a pretty, interesting shot at that video. The statement goes on to read, quote, as policing professionals, we place an emphasis on education, prevention, and community collaboration. However, once violence occurs, we have an obligation to ensure intervention. Extending curfew hours is a shallow and short-sighted approach, especially with a prosecutor who's more focused on what crimes he won't prosecute, and courts who oversee a juvenile facility with bed space cut by 55%. It's apparent Indianapolis leaders are stuck in the very corner they constructed with misguided policies and agendas, and now we're seeing nothing but paralysis and politics. It's time for the Indiana legislature and governor to step in. Call us. We have solutions. Rick Snyder, President, Fraternal Order of Police.
I think the chief had good intentions. I think his heart's in the right place, and I understand it. But I also agree with Rick. for sure.
Right.
I don't, again, concentrating on the word begging, whatever, semantics, I think the bigger picture is there needs to be a better answer.
Right. There needs to be consequences.
There needs to be consequences.
There needs to be some sort of punishment, because people come to Marion County right now because they don't fear punishment. There's a curfew law with no teeth to it. There's a prosecutor that ever since he rolled out these bail reforms and justice reform about 5 years ago, it's made it worse. And why is this okay? Why are people voting for this? Like, I hate to be old man yelling at the cloud, but damn it, I live here. What in the blue hell have these guys done to warrant your vote? If you're a Hawkset supporter or Mirror supporter, please hit me up. You can email me. Email hammerandnigel@wibc.com. What's up, Matt Bear?
Yeah, guys, downtown, southbound 6570, stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split. And we're looking at the east side, northbound 465, slow right around East 56th Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
What's the deal with West Street, man? Like, I got stuck in that crowd today, getting off on West Street, coming to work. Are they almost done with that?
No,
like the one lane, the one lane all the way down west, or should I take? I get off of Meridian, go down Pennsylvania.
You can go down Pennsylvania, man, but that turns into construction right around Ohio Street, so you're pretty much screwed any way you go right now.
Fantastic.
No matter what side of the city I come into the downtown on, but West Street's a mess.
It's so bad.
Oh,
yeah,
it's awful.
You're going to have to chop her in. I mean, that's the best you can do.
All right. Hey, maybe I can ask the governor to pick me up. Maybe I can ask Braun to pick me up on his way into town.
You could parachute out above the Emmis building and land right on the circle. 84 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We got a big show for you. Yes, we're going to talk more about the decay that is downtown Indianapolis right now, but we're going to have some fun too. Guy Relford's going to join us. We got a fun round of Is This Anything? Do not go anywhere. Let's have some laughs. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Quality Supply and Tool, your premier supplier of construction equipment, tools, and supplies, is hiring CDL drivers. Call Brian Myers at 317-690-2016.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9379. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9379. That's 800-575-9379. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Summer's in full swing, so come get that hot summer deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get $20,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, plus 0% for 72 months. Or lease a new 2025 Lincoln Corsair for just $499 per month at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 110,425. Corsair MSRP 53,915. 3,500 due at lease signing. 0 security deposit. 36 months. 10,500 miles per year. Offers good through 7/31/2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Tony Katz here for Premier Arms in Brownsburg. This is your premier gun store. Premier Arms has the experience and know-how to help the new gun buyer and the most experienced marksman. They've been in business for over 20 years and have a friendly, knowledgeable staff that wants to help you, not talk down to you. Premier Arms in Brownsburg is family-friendly, so bring the kids. All ages are welcome. Everyone can find what they're looking for at Premier Arms in Brownsburg, 3754 South Green Street. Online at premierarms.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, premierarms.com.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. Destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
The dingo ate your baby.
And now Hammer and Nigel proudly presents.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Lions.
And tigers. And bears.
Oh, my.
You know, one of the things that Hammer always makes fun of me about is like one of my worst fears is like I'm walking out to my mailbox in my neighborhood and I see like a wild tiger has escaped from somewhere or a black bear walking down the street and I get mauled in my own neighborhood by a wild carnivorous animal
in Zionsville.
And I always get made fun of. But this Chicago story, I mean, solidifies, I mean, there's precedent for it. A report on ABC News in Chicago, a mountain lion running through a neighborhood in Chicago, right?
Not a lot of mountains in Chicago,
no.
But apparently there was a mountain lion
in Chicago. I'm walking to my mailbox just to check the mail. I got my little tiny Havanese junior dog with me, and then there's a gigantic mountain lion in my yard all of a sudden.
Showing you his teeth and hissing at you and growling. People in Chicago say that there's a mountain lion on the loose. Now, the police, they've said that these reports have not been substantiated, but thank God ABC News 7 in Chicago had an eyewitness who gave one of the best breakdowns of what he saw.
I heard the roar. I felt that roar. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that.
Curtis Jones says he was walking near Robert Street when he saw people running from what appeared to be a large wild cat.
After I see the people run, I just see something big just walking, just right over here, right by the bush. It went right over there. I swear, I promise you, it went right over there. And they said, "Rawr!" And I just kept walking. I seen it, seen me, see it. So in my head, I'm like, nah, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
Rochester police say officers became aware of a video on social media that appears to show a wild cat, which some people claim is a mountain lion. RPD says it received numerous calls of reported sightings, including one near North Clinton Avenue and Robert Street just after midnight.
About like this big. Word. It was just walking, slithering. Like, it was, I don't know, man.
Man, like there's foxes and stuff running around our neighborhood, and I believe it. First of all, I believe this guy 100%. I don't know where the mountain lion comes from, but I totally believe him. And I love if you could just play the beginning again where you go, rawr.
I heard the roar.
I I think I need to hear more from the eyewitness. Like, the news story goes on, and he clearly becomes the star of the story.
Police say no reports have been substantiated. Jones tells me he remains on edge.
Gotta keep this bat right here. I'm gonna keep this bat right here, man, just in case. I'm gonna protect this. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to us, nothing, okay?
Good for you.
They ain't find it last night. It's still out here. It could be out here in one of these bushes or something. You know, them mountain lions, they be, wow, they be crawling. You know, they serious.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office assisted the investigation by using an aerial drone. The Seneca Park Zoo told 13 Wham all of its animals are accounted for.
I don't play with lions. I don't play with tigers, bears.
Neither do
nothing
I.
with the wild. I don't play with those. I promise you. I don't even do roller coasters. I'm good.
He went from mountain lions to roller coasters.
I don't even do roller coasters.
Oh, that guy, we need to hire him as our third person on the show right away.
Like, with all due respect to Jacob and John Herrick in the newsroom, can we get the eyewitness from Chicago to be our news guy? For real. I didn't even get on roller coasters. That's strong. Man, looking out the window, Nige, it's a beautiful summer day. Sunshine, 85.
Awesome.
Not a cloud in the sky, not a worker on the circle. Nobody's ever working on the circle.
No, why isn't there anybody down there? Are they waiting for, like, materials to be made? Is the guy with there's always a guy in a pickup truck with a trash bin attached to the back picking up trash.
He's there right now. Now, I see the truck with its lights on, but I don't see the guy.
Okay.
And I don't see a single worker on Monument Circle.
So they must be waiting for something, some materials.
Well, it's been 2 years, Nigel. Has it not got here yet? It's been 2 years they've been working on this thing. Finish the circle.
They got the north side done.
Oh, okay.
The north side's done. The south side still is taking a little. It is unusual not to see anybody out there multiple days during
gorgeous days like today.
Gorgeous days like
not too hot, perfect weather. It's like San Diego outside. Not a damn worker on the circle. It's like Christmas in July out here right
Somebody
now.
give us some insight on why there are no workers on Monument Circle right now. At Hammer and Nigel.
The folks that are supposed to be repairing the Soldiers and Sailors Monument.
Yes.
There's never anybody out there. Ever.
No, the guy with the truck.
Okay.
With the trash bin attached to the back of the truck is picking up the trash. I see him.
He's there, but nobody working on the actual monument is ever there. I mentioned Christmas in July earlier. It's one of those cheesy promotional things you see, like stores have their Christmas in July sale.
Sales, yeah.
The Hallmark Channel.
Oh, yeah.
They've been playing all their Christmas movies.
Yeah, I've been seeing advertisements for those.
Let's check out the new one in store for us this week on Hallmark.
Tonight, Hallmark's Christmas in July celebration continues with Christmas at a Slaughterhouse.
Oh!
He's a strapping Texas cattleman with elevated cholesterol and an adorable 5-year-old daughter who happens to be a dedicated vegan. She's a gorgeous biochemist from the big city who's hiding the fact that her newest soy-based beef substitute causes intestinal distress.
Oh!
Is
like
there
one
a
of our
chance these
commercials.
polar opposites can find love? Come on, Sherlock. Is this really your first rodeo?
Uh-huh.
It's Christmas at a slaughterhouse. Tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
I'm in. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Lately, the market has been making some big moves, and not all in the right direction. If you've been watching the numbers and wondering what it all means for your retirement, you're not alone. At Howard Bailey Financial, we plan for times like this. The truth is, a volatile day on Wall Street can feel a lot different when you're getting closer to retirement. That's why right now is the right time to take a fresh look at your portfolio, and Howard Bailey can help. Are you taking on more risk than you realize? Are you diversified in a way that makes sense for where you are in life? Find out today with the help of our free Market Volatility Guide. Visit retirewithpurpose.com to download your free guide and learn more about what market shifts may mean for you. That's retirewithpurpose.com. Together, let's make sure your plan is built to weather whatever comes next. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Jim Scott says only the best will do when it's your reputation on the line.
We want to install something that's high quality so we can move on to the next job. The way we install it is high quality and the equipment that we use is high quality. So when I shopped for something to sell, American Standard was there. It was just the highest quality there is.
In Boone and Hamilton County, call 765-601-1461 for Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The president wants to see action. All clear on your radar. 83 degrees in downtown Indy with lows tonight in the 70s. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:32. President Trump meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte at the White House today, announcing a new weapons deal. The president explains how it'll work.
So in a nutshell, we're going to make top-of-the-line weapons, and they'll be sent to NATO. NATO may choose to have certain of them sent to other countries where we can get a little additional speed, where the country will release something and it'll be mostly in the form of a replacement.
He's also threatening to impose tariffs on Russia if a peace deal is not reached within the next 50 days.
We want to see it end, and I'm disappointed in President Putin because I thought we would have had a deal 2 months ago, but it doesn't seem to get there.
Trump had been blaming both sides for the continued war in Ukraine, but lately has been putting most of the blame on Russian President Vladimir Putin. Showers and thunderstorms are likely again in Indiana this week.
Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking at, right now we're calling for about 70% chance for both of those days.
That's Casey Crosby with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. He does not expect anything severe, but he does expect temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s to continue. More bad weather with heavy rain at times in Texas this weekend made it difficult to find people still missing because of the flooding there that started the 4th of July weekend.
We've had thousands of people on the ground trying to search for the remaining 100 and plus victims who are still missing since this July 4th devastating flash flooding. Rescuers have been using drones, helicopters, dogs, and sonar.
That's Fox's Brooke Taylor, who's in Kerrville, Texas. And that is the sound of an additional 35 members of Indiana Task Force 1 arriving to help with recovery efforts in Texas. 84 Hoosiers are now in Texas. The CEO of software development company Baker Hill and Carmel, Andy Ivankovich, chartered a private plane for the new Task Force 1 team members to arrive there. The price of one Bitcoin rose to $122,000 this morning and then later fell to around $119,000. Bitcoin's been setting new records over the last week. The House is supposed to review crypto legislation this week. And defensive lineman Ndamukong Suh is retiring from the NFL. He won 1 Super Bowl and was selected to 5 Pro Bowls. He played with the Detroit Lions, Miami Dolphins, Los Angeles Rams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Philadelphia Eagles. It's 3:34, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money. You deserve it. And the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
With traffic at 335, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 downtown is loaded. It's slow. North split to the south split delayed 3 minutes. Eastbound 70 slow to the south split from West Street. On the north side, eastbound 465 starting to slow down a little bit. Still moving all right from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. And checking out West Street downtown, that road construction zone, southbound lanes jammed up from St. Clair down to South Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radio. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for a dry and partly cloudy but warm Monday night with lows in the low 70s. Tuesday, warm and miserably humid as we track slow-moving scattered rain and storms in the afternoon and nighttime hours mainly. Going to have to also watch out for some localized flooding concerns as highs push into the upper 80s, but it'll feel more like the mid-90s at times. And we rinse and repeat the warmth and humidity for Wednesday with more scattered shower and storm potential with some downpours in the mix as well. Severe weather not expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The only way to bag a classy lady is to give her 2 tickets to the gun show.
It's Monday Gunday with the gun guy.
Just watch out for the guns. They'll get you.
Guy Relford.
Stop calling your arms guns.
Hammer and Nigel show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here, also live in studio. The gun guy, Guy Relford, host of the Gun Guy Show, Saturdays on 93 WIBC, licensed firearms instructor, 2A attorney. Guy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great, and thanks as always to our sponsor for Monday Gunday. That's Premier Arms in Brownsburg, the largest selection of new, used, and historic firearms in the Midwest, and PA Jewelers located in the farmhouse right out front. Check them out at 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg or premierarms.com.
So Rick Snyder, FOP president, has released a couple statements. We talked about his most recent one earlier. Let's talk about his open letter. And in particular, I think this was Hammer, the one he released previously last week.
Yes.
In his comments on gun laws in the city not being the problem. I heard Ryan Mears on our station, Abdul, interviewing him, and there was a difference of opinion, I think, there. But it's just your opinion. What do you think about what you saw from Rick Snyder in that open letter?
Well, Rick said so many smart things in an open letter, and I took a screenshot of it and reposted it all over my social media. And I'm like you guys. I mean, I consider Rick not only a good friend, but just a wonderful advocate for. It's not just the police officers in this town; it's for this town, because he clearly has. The welfare of this city, which the welfare of the city and the welfare of its officers go hand in hand. And so he's doing a great service, not only to the officers he represents, but to the rest of the city. And so I'm a big fan of his anyway, and I've been pleased to be on his podcast. But anyway, he put out this open letter, and he made so many good points, which is that it's a city as a whole that needs to do better, and it's the parents that need to do better. It's take control over your juvenile children. Don't be letting them run around downtown unsupervised. And you guys have been talking a lot about that, as you should. But what jumped out to me, obviously, given what I do, is he had a paragraph in here that just really leapt out at me. And he said, if anyone alludes to Indiana's gun laws as the problem, because we've been hearing that a lot, right? It's like, oh, well, anybody can get a gun in Indiana, so that's the problem, which is ludicrous. But Rick nailed this. He goes, if anyone alludes to Indiana's gun laws as the problem, they're either ignorant or deliberately indifferent to the facts. Juveniles have never been able to legally possess firearms. Pointing guns, firing guns, and shooting people in acts of wanton violence are crimes, and they always have been. And I just said, hallelujah. It's so awesome to hear that from a reputable source and from a person representing over 1,000 police officers right here, 3,000 police officers right here in Marion County, and I just I loved that, and so I pushed it out all over my social media.
What law do people want that would have prohibited these juveniles from shooting and killing each other on July 4th?
Exactly.
What law do you want? Because the laws are already in place.
That's exactly right. And then I also saw a comment from Ryan Mears where people were saying, well, we need to enforce the curfew law, and the prosecutor's office won't enforce the curfew law, and that's the problem. And Ryan Mears came out, and a big part of what he said is correct and reasonable, except it leaves an obvious response. What he came out and he said, and I published this, he said, listen, it's an ordinance violation to violate curfew in Marion County. Because that's what it is. It's an ordinance that says you're underage, can't be out after certain times on different days. And he goes, ordinance violations don't fall within the jurisdiction of the prosecutor's office. So essentially he's saying that's not our issue. That's not our problem. And I read that and I thought about it. And this was actually later on Monday, after I did Monday Gunday with you guys last Monday. And I was looking at that and I said, yeah, but hold on, there's a solution here. And look, there's a Fourth Amendment issue, and I'm as passionate about the Fourth Amendment and illegal searches and seizures, which means illegally detaining people, as I am about the Second Amendment. But there's a constitutional way to use the curfew law to start getting some of these armed teenagers off the streets. And so I published on this, and I talked about it on my show, which is if you're violating curfew and a police officer has a reasonable suspicion that you're a juvenile violating curfew, they can stop you and they can detain you. In fact, Ryan Mears' quote that I quoted on my social media starts off with, the law allows juveniles violating curfew to be detained. But he went on to say, but that's just an ordinance violation. Yes, that's true. But if you're detained, you can be briefly searched, right? As part of a brief detainment to determine whether you're engaged in an unlawful activity. And if that search yields a gun, now you're a juvenile in possession of a firearm. That is a crime. Yeah. You can be arrested, and that crime does fall within the jurisdiction of the prosecutor's office. So I'm saying, hey, if you got these roving bands of obviously underage teens running around downtown, detain them, determine whether they're violating curfew. If they are, then you can do a brief search. You find a gun on them, take the gun away from them, put them in jail, and put them through the juvie system. And at a minimum, people say, oh, well, that's just putting them through juvie. That's right. But you've taken a gun and a juvenile off the street for that night, and you've probably prevented, or at least likely prevented, people from getting shot, the more people that you put through that process.
But you know as well as I do, this prosecutor doesn't seem to want to put bad guys, specifically youth, behind bars for any reason at all. I've got a lot of friends who are school resource officers. I think you've probably talked to some of them too.
Sure.
The war stories they tell me of what some of these kids do in school and get away with it. I mean, really violent stuff that causes harm to other individuals. They get away with it because this prosecutor thinks everybody under the age of 17 is just a hard luck kid and you just need to rub their hair.
I agree with you. At the same time, if police are empowered by the chain of command within IMPD to say, you know what, if you have a reasonable suspicion that somebody's violating curfew, stop them, detain them, you can do a brief search. If you find a weapon on them, arrest them, take the weapon away from them. At that point, it's in the prosecutor's office, right? It's in their lap. If they don't want to do anything with it, I still say at a minimum, you've taken that kid and that gun off the street for that night, and you may save some lives.
You might want to add a few more beds to the juvenile facility, though. I mean,
correct.
Did you
Well, that's
catch
such a great point, Nigel. I mean, that's such an important point because a lot of times you hear that to say, I'll suggest this and people say, look at me like I'm naive and dumb, both of which may be true. But they'll say, we don't have the resources to deal with these big, huge roving bands of juveniles running around downtown. I say, start taking a big old chunk out of it. And the more you put in the system, the fewer who will come downtown. And if you need to, you need more resources for this, then that's a separate discussion. Let's get those resources. We just built this great, big, beautiful justice facility down on Southeastern, and there's plenty of land out there. We got money for a lot of other great things like building hotels. Let's go build a much bigger juvenile detention system, facility, and then let's fill it the hell up.
I want to read you a comment we have on the YouTube chat. This is from Steve. If my son or daughter was coming home from work or practice and a cop searched them without my consent, I would not be happy.
I understand that. And if you're coming home from work and you're not violating curfew, there's a brief detention where you can explain that you're coming home from work, you in all likelihood would not be searched.
Even if you are violating curfew, if you're working, and that's one of the exceptions.
That's what I'm saying. You're not violating curfew. Because, I mean, you're after hours, but you're not violating curfew because you're coming home from work. You're engaged in another constitutionally protected activity. Then you're not violating curfew. So I don't think you'd ever be searched in that situation. And listen, I understand there's tension here between, he's saying he wouldn't be happy if their kid was searched. I understand that, and I protect constitutional rights for a living, and there is some friction here between the Fourth Amendment and what we're trying to accomplish. But I think in that circumstance, a brief detention to say, hey, what are you doing? I'm coming home from work. Okay, you're good to go, and that's fine, as opposed to these roving bands of kids out creating havoc all over downtown Indianapolis.
Now, if you're coming home from work and your car smells like weed, or they see an open container or a weapon sitting on your seat, then all bets are off.
You got a gun sticking out of your pocket, and I'm not suggesting for a minute one of his kids would be subject to that, but that's what we're talking about here. And by the way, if my kid's going off to work and I know they're coming home after curfew, I would want them to have immediately available some proof that they, in fact, were working for those hours. Have a pay stub, have their schedule from their workplace. So somebody says, hey, what are you doing? It's after curfew. Here's my work schedule, sir. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Easily resolvable. Those kinds of tensions, though, are going to exist, but I think that's what we need to be looking at in Indianapolis, where, again, we've got roving bands of armed juveniles shooting each other and shooting up this city. It's a problem.
Come back for one more segment?
You bet.
Guy Relford with us. It's Monday Gunday. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through July 21st, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card for your business. Call and switch to Comcast Business today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hey, what's your favorite exhibit at the Indianapolis Zoo? Mine's got to be, hands down, the dolphin shows. They're awesome. Sun's out, animals are out. Let's make it a zoo day. The Indianapolis Zoo is the perfect summer escape, and AAA Hoosier Motor Club is helping you get there and beyond. AAA has now officially partnered with the Indianapolis Zoo, bringing exclusive new perks. Like all year long, AAA members can save up to 35% on general admission e-tickets.
Going to the Indianapolis Zoo, always a blast. Same with going on vacation. So if you're planning a summer road trip or maybe a staycation, it might be the perfect time to join AAA. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas, lock your keys in the car. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So this summer, do yourself a favor and join AAA today. Visit AAA.com for more information about the new Indianapolis Zoo partnership and other great member savings.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Quality Supply and Tool, your premier supplier of construction equipment, tools, and supplies, is hiring CDL drivers. Call Brian Myers at 317-690-2016.
From storm damage to deep root care, Ingledow Tree Experts keep your trees strong, safe, and beautiful. Call today or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com.
Big stories locally, big moves in Washington. WIBC.com keeps you updated throughout the day with all the news that matters, plus traffic, weather, and more on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's news when you need it.
More with Guy Relford in just a moment. But first, Matt Baer's got to look at the roads.
Broken down semi on the east side hammer. It's northbound 465 after I-70, right after you are merging from I-70. In fact, the right lane is closed, causing not much of a slowdown at the moment. Just please know it's there. And then southbound 465, also on the east side, stop and go from 70 down to Washington. Downtown southbound 65 as 70 is stopped from the north split to the south split, and that is a 10-minute delay. Inbound 69, slow roll from 96th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Ingledow Tree Experts. From stored and damage to deep root care, Ingledow Tree Experts keep your trees strong, safe, and beautiful. Call today or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Monday Gunday with the gun guy, Guy Relford. Guy, this Kentucky story where a guy was pulled over, started firing at officers, then steals a car. He's, driving like a maniac throughout the streets, ultimately ends up at a church where he fires shots inside of there. I think this is a good time to remind people of what they could do legally if that were to happen here in Indiana.
Yeah, such an important point. And I'll tell you, it reminds me of why we fought the battle over, 4 different legislative sessions for what we call church carry here in Indiana. Because there's never been a law that says it's illegal to carry a gun in a church in Indiana, but there is a law that says you can't have a gun in school property. And school property is defined as including any other building or other property co-owned or on the same land with a school. So how many Catholic churches have a parochial school on the same ground?
A lot of them.
How many? And by the way, this includes licensed daycares. So how many churches have a licensed daycare in the same building or on the same property, or some other licensed form of school? So it was huge, and there were thousands of churches in Indiana where you could not legally carry your gun, even though the school's not in session. There aren't kids in the school. It was still illegal because it's still school property. So culminating in 2019, we fought a multi-year battle, eventually got what we call church carry passed in Indiana, which it now says, even if your church is on quote-unquote school property or any other church, you can carry a gun in a church while attending a worship service or a religious ceremony. Or if you're a volunteer of or an employee of the church carrying out your official duties. So it's fabulous in Indiana in the sense that we can now protect ourselves, our families, our fellow worshipers when we go to church. And let's face it, this is one where it looked like this was a target of convenience because this guy's running from a traffic stop. He already shot at a police officer, ends up killing a couple of people in a church. But we've also seen multiple times all across the country where churches have been targets, where people go into a church, they want to murder you just because of how you worship or who you worship or
because it's an easy target,
and it's an easy target, or just because they're crazy. And so now in Indiana, we have the ability to carry a gun attending a worship service or a religious ceremony, and I do every Sunday. Hell, I carry an extra magazine when I go to church just because I know it's a potential target.
Hey, By the way, congratulations, 10 years at the Gunday show this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
10 years, man. That's a decade.
Yeah.
I remember when Motley Crue put out their greatest hits album. They called it a decade of decadence. That's what the Guy has been.
Well, yeah. Saturday was my anniversary show, 10 years. And, 10-second story. I had a sales guy one time, my first year, I met with a sales guy, and he goes, you got a whole show just for gun nuts? He goes, I hope it's wildly successful. I hope you have a show for 5 whole years. He goes, I don't see it happening. And I'm like, well, we've doubled that, so, we'll see.
The decade of decadence, baby. Kickstart My Heart, Wild Side, Home Sweet Home, and the Gun Guy.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Where can people find you?
Hey, give me a like or a follow, I guess it is, on X or Twitter. It's at Guy Relford on Twitter.
Guy, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
More Hammer and Nigel show coming up. We're having a good time. 93 WIBC.
Well, Mark Dietel and his team, obviously the only real estate expert I would trust with the sale of my home or even purchasing of a new one. John in Greencastle thought he was stuck. His son moved to Fishers, but John bought a house in Greencastle, and so he was an hour away from family and 45 minutes away from work, and he thought he made a mistake, but not with Mark Dietel on your side. His home sold in 14 days for the price he needed so he could move closer to family and work.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate agent that we recommend and that we trust on our show because Mark Dietel, he comes with the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Indiana summer storms are rolling in, and if you're like me, you're not climbing up on your roof to check for damage. That's why you call Moss Roofing. Family-owned. Right here in central Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you something hard to find these days. Honest work and peace of mind. They offer free inspections, and I mean a real thorough checkup of your roof, your siding, your gutters, and your windows. If there's storm damage, they'll show you the photos, explain everything clearly and thoroughly, and even work with your insurance company for you. No stress, no pressure, just real professionals doing the job right every single time. Protect your home and avoid bigger problems later. Call Moss Roofing today, 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Family owned, Moss Roofing, 747-3665 or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
At Kingdom Roofing Systems, they do more than just roofing. They believe in honoring those who've served. Kingdom Roofing Systems proudly participates in the Roof Deployment Project, which provides a brand new roof to a deserving U.S. veteran or active duty service member, absolutely free. You can help give back to those who have given so much. If you or someone you know has served, owns their home, and is in need of a new roof, apply today at kingdomroofingsystems.com/RDP. Kingdom Roofing Systems, building roofs, honoring heroes.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, a development in a criminal case in Franklin that goes back 31 years. You'll hear what that is. How IMPD says they've made some progress in fighting the weekend violence. And if you want a free health exam, you can get one this weekend. You'll hear how. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A Trump plan is back on track. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The U.S. Supreme Court just allowing a plan to dismantle the U.S. Education Department to continue. A federal judge had called that plan into question, reversing hundreds of layoffs. Now, the Supreme Court in a 6-3 decision is pausing that order so the plan can move forward, even as the legal fight continues. A deadly fire last night at an assisted living facility in Massachusetts remains under investigation. Governor Maura Healey visiting Gabriel House in Fall River, where 9 people were killed and 30 injured.
It's horrifying to think about what happened in the middle of the night in the dark. You know, people just scrambling as best they could to get out.
Some residents leaning out of windows, screaming for help when fire crews arrived. Union leaders say better staffing could have saved more lives.
Edward Kelly, the president of the International Union of Firefighters, was here today. He said that last night was a travesty, that they didn't have adequate firefighters on duty, that they dipped below national standards here, and that the people of Fall River deserve better.
Fox's Molly Line in Fall River, where last night's first responders included 30 off-duty firefighters. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo just confirming a third-party run for New York City mayor, staying in the race after losing the Democratic primary by more than 12 points to Democratic Socialist candidate Zohran Mamdani.
My opponent, Mr. Mamdani, offers slick slogans, but no real solutions.
Cuomo also says just 13% of New Yorkers voted in the primary. Fox's Brian Yennis.
Now, Mamdani critics worry Cuomo, Republican candidate Curtis Lewa, and Mayor Adams will split the vote and basically hand Mamdani a clear victory.
Opponents of Mamdani's progressive agenda are urging unity behind a single challenger for the November election. Mayor Eric Adams, a Democrat already running as an independent, had called on Cuomo to drop out. The Dow up 88 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A breakthrough with more work to do. Partly cloudy, all clear on your radar, 83 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Then this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Franklin police announcing new developments this morning in a 31-year-old case of a baby stabbed to death and left in a trash can.
The DNA technology is improved. This case now closes out all of our unidentified people in this county.
Johnson County Coroner Mike Pruitt says the baby has now been identified as Hope Shepard with the help of the biological father, but the search for her killer is far from over. A 19-year-old was arrested in Indianapolis this weekend. IMPD says it was Anthony Bean who shot 2 people inside a car on West 38th Street Saturday morning just before 4 o'clock, which is on the northwest side. Both victims were rushed to hospitals with serious injuries and did not survive. Bean is now facing 2 counts of murder. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett saying today that he appreciates the quick action of the police to hold perpetrators of violence accountable. 6 people, though, have been killed in Indianapolis shootings since Friday, despite this message from IMPD Chief Chris Bailey before the weekend started.
I'm asking and I'm begging that we have a peaceful and safe weekend.
FOP President Rick Snyder saying today that extending curfew hours is a shallow and short-sighted approach. Changes to autism therapy could be coming to Indiana. Johnette Cruz explains.
Indiana families relying on vital autism therapy are watching closely as the state considers changes to Medicaid coverage. Applied behavior analysis, or ABA therapy, has become a cornerstone for many Hoosier children with autism. But as state Medicaid costs for ABA skyrocket from $120 million in 2019 to over $630 million last year, a state working group is tasked with finding ways to contain spending. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Well, the Indiana Department of Health is saying you don't have to spend a thing here. You can take advantage of more than $4,000 in free health screenings, resources, and information during the Indiana Health Fair. That's going on this Thursday through Sunday at the Indiana Convention Center. They're offering free breast exams, cholesterol, high blood pressure, vision, dental, hearing exams, and more. It's 4:04. Your traffic and weather next.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
WIBC traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, check it out downtown. Southbound 65, 70 jammed up from the north split to the south split. That is a construction delay of 6 minutes. Eastbound 70 now stop and go after Harding into the south split. Northeast side, eastbound 465 slows from Keystone Avenue to I-69. Inbound 69 slow off 106 to 96th Street. And a crash on the south side at Southport Road at Man Road. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push to talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code radio for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Partly cloudy for tonight with lows in the low 70s. Tuesday's warm and miserably humid with slow-moving scattered rain and storms in the afternoon nighttime hours. Gonna have to watch out for some localized flooding. Highs in the upper 80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Man, this thing we've been talking about on the news, the top and the bottom of every hour, the 31 years for police to identify baby Hope in Franklin and identify her parents it's harrowing, it's horrifying, but I'm glad there's a little bit of, I don't want to say closure, but just the circumstances behind baby Hope and her death are awful, or just awful.
So for those who don't know the story, on April 13th, 1994, this newborn baby was found stabbed to death in a trash can at a park in Franklin. I think it was at Temple Park, I believe.
Some kids were trying to look for recyclables to cash in and found her.
So police in the community just dubbed it Baby Hope, right? Because they were hoping they could find the killers and a number of other reasons. Donations came in. A headstone was created. It says Baby Hope on the headstone. And then for 31 years, nothing. I mean, it was for all intents and purposes, a cold case. Well, today, we learned that police have identified the parents. This was information we didn't have prior to today. The mother was identified as Cheryl D. Larson. Now, she died a couple of years ago, and it feels like she may be the one that has information on how the murders happened. Still have no idea how the murder happened. The father, however, was not the husband of Cheryl. Her husband was not the baby's father.
Okay.
Right. After some testing and genealogy stuff, it was determined that a guy named Paul Shepard was the baby's biological father. Now, according to the police, Paul Shepard had no idea this baby was born or that the woman he had relations with that night, the mother, Cheryl Larson, was even pregnant. And he's been totally cooperative with the police. When he found out that he was indeed the biological father not that long ago, I guess he was heartbroken. He's been having a hard time with it because, like a lot of people in that community, they know the story of Baby Hope. He had no idea that was his child. Now, he's been cleared at this point of any wrongdoing. He's cooperating. But the mother, she passed away a few years ago. So maybe the answers to who killed the baby died with the mother. Maybe she was the one that did it. But
well, what about the husband who was not the baby's father?
Yeah, well, he didn't turn out to be the father. I don't know.
I understand that, but
they said this is not a cold case, by the way. They're still investigating. They're still looking for leads. But the fact that they found out who the parents were gives them a little bit more to work with today. So kind of one of the high-profile, unsolved mysteries of Central Indy, this thing from 31 years ago down in Johnson County in Franklin, got a little bit more information. But you're right, Nige. Could it be the husband that felt betrayed that it wasn't his baby? Was it the mother? Again, you're never going to find information now because she's died. We don't know any more information other than that. But was it the mother who was upset that this was not her husband's baby? She regrets the one-night stand she had with this other guy.
Could you imagine being, this is secondary to the whole thing, the little boys that were, rummaging through trash cans trying to find aluminum cans to turn in for pennies.
Right.
And finding something like that.
Just a heartbreaking story.
It is.
But to the authorities' credit, they never gave
gave
up.
up.
Right. I think that's awesome. Nige, this past weekend was the 1-year anniversary of the Trump assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania.
I'll never forget it.
We talked about this on Friday a little bit. And then, boy, the lunatics came out on social media this weekend. So on Sunday, I go on my personal social media.
I saw that a little bit.
And I'd simply say, the two most high-profile shootings that I can recall, the Trump assassination attempt and the biggest mass shooting in our country's history, the Las Vegas massacre, where there's a lunatic hanging out of the window of Mandalay Bay, the most popular strip of land in America, Las Vegas Strip, in a city where everything's recorded. We don't really have a lot of information about either shooter. Thomas Matthew Crooks, this little nerd that looks like a young Elizabeth Warren that shot at Trump, or the lunatic that was hanging out of the window in Las Vegas. Two of the most high-profile shootings this country has ever seen. And boy, it seems like the national media, these investigative reporters at the national media, they want nothing to do with either one, Nige.
Well, what are we supposed to think about Donald Trump getting... this guy in Butler, Pennsylvania had a ladder, climbed up on top of a roof. There were people, there were witnesses, there were spectators pointing this guy out, and nobody was doing anything.
Right.
Until he fired those shots, and then the guy that was protecting the Secret Service guy or whoever it was blew him away.
Right.
After those shots rang out. They had him in his sights before he fired those shots at Donald Trump, I feel like.
And if Donald Trump hadn't been looking at a video monitor of like some sort of package they were showing at the rally, he would have been shot in the head. Not the ear, but the head. But the reason I say these lunatics came out of the woodwork, I posted that on social media.
Yeah.
Here come all of the people claiming that it was a setup. It was fake. It was orchestrated. Donald Trump was the one that set all this up. It was a catch-up packet. The big cartoon bandage they put on his ear. The same people who called you a conspiracy theorist for having questions about COVID, the same people who believe that Joe Biden got 81 million legal votes, all of a sudden feel like it was some sort of WWE-style work, the Trump assassination.
Yeah, well, a guy died and two others severely injured.
Right. And there was this one guy that was leaving comments on my page. His name is Scott Brannon or something. Habitual troll of mine. I know who he is. He's one of these guys that still wears the Ben Davis leather jacket because glory days were in high school. I used to wrestle, even though I'm 40 years old now, but I wrestled in high school. Like it's always a Ben Davis guy, but that's a separate discussion. Was like really convinced that this was some sort of WWE setup. Look at the family of Corey Comparator and say that.
Yeah.
Right? That is so disgusting, so disingenuous. These people, man, it brought out the crazies. And I texted Jeff Boggs about this, and we were texting back and forth. He'll be on with us tomorrow. What percentage of each side, Republicans and Democrats, Nige, do you think are legitimately nuts? Is it over under 10%? Because there are some people that feel like Trump faked the assassination.
10%. I think 10%'s high. I don't know. I would say 5%. 10%'s pretty high on both sides.
Right. Because there's some lunatic Republican folks, too.
No, I understand that. That's what I'm saying.
Man, it feels like it might be right. I even said maybe it's 13, 14%.
Wow.
Because some of these people are just nuts. And I saw that on social media. Others were freaking out that Donald Trump was kind of tongue-in-cheek trolling Rosie O'Donnell, threatening to not allow her to become an American citizen again. Because she moved out of the country.
Yeah, where is she? Like
Ireland
or something
Yes.
like that? Oh, my dear Lord. I saw that on social media, too. I saw that. It was like, how dare a president could revoke citizenship? It was just such a troll tweet.
Right. Anytime Trump can, piss off Rosie O'Donnell, he's going to do it.
And by the way, for these people that are all upset about Donald Trump coming at Rosie O'Donnell, like it's tit for tat, okay? It's not. He's not just going to sit there and take it. Like Rosie O'Donnell blamed Donald Trump for the deaths in Texas, for the flooding.
Right.
Okay. He's going to respond to something like that. She probably knows that. But I don't, you can't, I'm not sure. I don't know the Constitution in terms of law. I don't think like the president could just, willy-nilly revoke somebody's American citizenship.
People bought it.
People
believed it.
They bought it, and I saw, if you voted for Donald Trump, you should be ashamed of yourself. Look what he said about Rosie O'Donnell.
Anna Navarro, she's the worst. She went on The View. Not only did she buy it, she wanted to give you guys a lecture.
If you are out there in the Everglades, driving out there and getting out of your car to take a picture, like if it was the Eiffel Tower,
Alligator Alcatraz.
You are a racist and you are a horrible human being. Mm-hmm. When you are putting legal permanent residents in detention and deporting them, when you are threatening U.S. citizens that you don't like, that you're going to take away their citizenship, naturalized ones, when you are talking about birthright citizenship and taking that away, this is not about going after the criminals and the gang members. This is about making America white again.
Who wants to tell Anna that Rosie's white? Who wants to slide her the note on the desk of The View? By the way, Anna, Rosie is a white woman.
And just so she knows, it's not about making America white again. It's about making America safe again and getting the criminal, illegal aliens that have crossed the border and been causing havoc and wreaking havoc for years under the Biden administration. It's about making America safe again.
Right. If the hill you want to die on is defending those in Alligator Alcatraz or locked up because they've got violent histories on their rap sheet and they're up for deportation, if that's the hill you want to die on, be my guest.
Go for it.
Now, by the way, we can't talk about the feud between Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell if we didn't take this trip down memory lane. I think this was the very first thing we put together from Hammer and Nigel Records.
Really?
This loving Mariah Carey tribute of Donald Trump feuding with Rosie.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. Rosie is a very unattractive person. I'd like to take some money out of her fat ass pockets. I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. And then a hero comes along. Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. Rosie's a person that's very lucky to have her girlfriend. And she better be careful or I'll send one of my friends over to pick up her girlfriend. Why would she stay with Rosie if she had another choice?
Great moments in Trump-Rosie feuding history.
Wow. I mean, that was before he was president.
Right.
By the way.
It's a long-running feud. Matt Baer.
All right, guys, checking out the camera on this crash. It's eastbound at 70 at Rural. And right now we are slow back into the north split with the right shoulder blocked. We had a center lane blocked, but it looks like they have left. So just the right shoulder right now for a 5-minute delay. Now, if you're downtown going southbound 65-70, that's jammed because of construction. From the north split down to the south split, a 5-minute delay. Both directions of West Street downtown a mess right now because of construction. From I-65 down to South Street. Eastbound 70 slow to downtown from Harding into the south split. On the northeast side, crash inbound 69 before 96. Right lane blocks. Traffic slow back to 106. The delay is at 11 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything next?
Man, I love my new Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating. And if you could have seen the before and after pictures of my old garage floor compared to what it looks like now, you wouldn't even recognize it. They came in, got it done in just as little as a day. And they didn't use epoxy, by the way. I know some people are partial to epoxy. No. Forget about all that stuff. That's the old standard. What they used to coat my garage floor was polyurea, the new premium standard for coatings. And I love the job they did. It's just so much I had them back to do my basement and the concrete floor in my utility room. If you're a guy like me that's in his garage a lot working, you got the beer fridge in there, the TV hanging up, but you hate the way your garage floor looks, call Galaxy Concrete Coatings today, 751-9070. Check out their website, see pictures, tons of different styles to choose from, galaxyconcretecoatings.com.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
Summer's in full swing, so come get that hot summer deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get $20,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, plus 0% for 72 months. Or lease a new 2025 Lincoln Corsair for just $499 per month at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $110,425. Corsair MSRP $53,915. $3,500 due at lease signing. 0 security deposit. 36 months. 10,500 miles per year. Offers good through 7/31/2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. Destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars July 31st at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, August 2nd at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Need air conditioning service and want to work with a local company you can trust like B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical? Find that independent American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, we're brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Boom! Fast, easy, and free at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? The parents of a 5-year-old boy were shocked to find out that he'd ordered a crap ton of expensive toys on Amazon while they were asleep.
Oops.
Here's the video of the dad berating the boy and the mom explaining how it all went down.
You bought 7 cars on Amazon. 7 ride-on cars on Amazon. You spent over $3,000 on Amazon today. How did you do that? You are in so much trouble.
He opened a drawer up underneath the TV console and he found an old iPhone. Charged the phone, got on Amazon. He's 5, but he knows what Amazon is. He's seen us get on it before. Me and my husband's phones that we have, you have to have Face ID to check out on Amazon because that was an updated feature. Well, this old iPhone of mine did not have that updated feature, and I don't know if it's because the app was not updated or what, but he was able to check out just by clicking the Buy Now button, and of course our cards are logged onto there.
Sorry, this is something and it's your fault, and I'm talking to the parents. It's a 5-year-old boy. You left an iPhone laying around in a drawer. He got a hold of it, and he started pressing buttons. It's your fault. That guy berating the 5-year-old at the beginning kind of pissing me off. That sucked.
Counterpoint, do you think the kid will ever do it again? Because if the goal of the dad...
He doesn't know what he did. He's 5 years old.
I bet he knows what he did.
He didn't know what he did.
I bet he knows now, after the dad got super pissed off.
Maybe.
I'm not as mad as you are about this. I'm really not. I don't think the dad, took him behind the woodshed and beat the hell out of him. But a good tongue lashing, I don't think the kid will ever make that mistake again. I read the story. They're working with the bank and Amazon, and everybody's going to get their money back, and they're going to get their products returned. But... the 5-year-old's just wandering around and finds a random iPhone and starts pressing buttons. Give me a break. Okay.
No.
All right.
Nothing.
All right. Hit us up on the YouTube chat at WIBC.com. Are you Team Nigel on this to where the dad was kind of a jerk about it?
Yes.
Or are you on my side to where I think the dad knew what he was doing and the kid won't make that mistake again?
He's 5 years old. Maybe the redeeming quality of this whole argument is that he won't make the mistake again.
That's the whole goal.
Okay,
right?
but it's not his fault.
Well, it's his fault. He did it. What do you mean it's not his fault? You're Shaggy. It wasn't me. You were literally banging on the bathroom floor, Shaggy. It was you. It wasn't me. No, it was you. Is this anything? 63-year-old dude from Texas got arrested after he rented a fishing boat in Florida and took that bad boy to Cuba. It's not clear why he wanted to go to Cuba.
Wow.
Most people are going the other direction, to be honest. But
yeah,
he has several drug convictions on his record. So think about that. The boat has not been returned yet. Here's the owner of Beach Weekend Key West Marina, James Neighbor, talking about losing his boat.
How in the world did we end up losing a boat to Cuba? I didn't think that was even in play. Had all sorts of reasons for why he wanted to add some additional gas, that he was going to be doing some fishing. There was a report that they were in custody in Cuba. They immediately launched a search and rescue mission because the child that was on the manifest was not in custody in Cuba. And we always get some really funny stories. You know, losing a boat to Cuba, I think this is going to be a story we talk about for a long time.
Yeah, this is something. I mean, look, you got this guy, this criminal that deported himself to Cuba. Sure, he stole a boat to do it, but leave him there. Yeah,
Right. You want to go to Cuba so bad, knock yourself out.
Have fun in that communist country.
Right.
All right. I mean, the guys from the boat rental will, they have insurance. They have insurance. They'll be fine.
Probably not the first time a boat's been destroyed from some moron taking it out, I bet.
By the way, being called Nigel is the Ryan Mears of parenting on.
I'm winning the YouTube vote. That's not even close. Not even close. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hammer and I were talking about this the other day. Victor's Home Solutions. Like, if you need any work done on your roof, you got to call these guys, and here's why. They are so confident in the precision craftsmanship and training of their crews. They offer an industry-best 50-year leak-free guarantee. So what that means is if anything goes wrong with that roof due to workmanship or materials, Victor's will fix it for free. That's how confident in the job they can do for you.
Why would you not want a free 21-point roof inspection from the best in the business? The folks that are going to show up in a marked vehicle on time, be clean, and they will get up on the roof, take a full 21-point roof inspection, and tell you the results of it. And it doesn't cost you anything. Why would you not want that? So call today and set it up. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS, or go to victors.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A change to the dairy industry. Cloudy and 84 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, and 71 is your low tonight. I'm John Herrick. This report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 4:33. Major ice cream makers in the U.S. are eliminating artificial food dyes from their products by 2028. Health and Human Services Chief Robert F. Kennedy Jr. made that announcement today.
I grew up in a world where milk was the healthiest thing that you could eat.
Kennedy went on to say he's a big fan of the dairy industry and will soon be announcing new dietary guidelines promoting whole milk, cheese, and yogurt. He said those items have been unfairly attacked over the past several decades. Police in Kentucky say they're learning more about the man who shot and killed 2 people while injuring several others on Sunday. Fox's Jeff Manasso.
At police headquarters in Lexington, Chief Lawrence Weathers IDing the suspect as 47-year-old Guy House,
who shot and seriously injured a Kentucky state trooper Sunday during a traffic stop. House then fled and later opened fire inside Richmond Road Baptist Church, killing 2.
Beverly Gum, age 72, and Christina Combs, age 34.
2 other shooting victims in critical condition. Police shot and killed House, who were told had active arrest warrants and that he may have had a connection to the church victims. And as Kentucky State Police take the lead in the investigation. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The Supreme Court is allowing the Trump administration to resume layoffs at the Department of Education. The court ruled 6-3 to lift a judge's order that reinstated employees let go in those mass layoffs. This move helps Trump get closer to eliminating the department entirely. If you're wondering how long this heat will stick around in Indiana,
but it's going to be hot and humid for a while. I mean, you might see a little cooler next weekend, but we're not going to see anything substantially cool anytime soon. Casey Crosby is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. He says the best chances for storms this week are on Wednesday and Thursday. Israeli scientists say they've developed the first ever mRNA vaccine against an antibiotic resistant bacterium. The vaccine is delivered in the same fashion as COVID-19 vaccines. This one has shown itself to be 100% effective against pneumonic plague in animals. If the results hold out, the breakthrough could be used to stop infections from antibiotic-resistant bacteria that kill millions of people around the world each year. And it's time for your closing bell report on 93 WIBC. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished the day up 88 points to 44,459. The S&P 500 gained 8 points to 6,268. And the NASDAQ closed the day ahead 54 points to 20,640. It's 4:36, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hammer and Nigel here for our guy, Mark Dietl. Mark Dietl is the only real estate expert that we trust on the Hammer and Nigel show. And it's because he's helping Hoosiers every day, like Kevin and Angela in Greenwood. The big home was too much, and it was time for Dad to move into a maintenance-free community. But they needed cash from the home to fund the change. They reached out to the Mark Dietl team, and they were helped immediately with the entire process from selling belongings to prepping the home for maximum value. The home went on the market and sold for $5,000 over the asking price in less than a week. That's what Mark Dietl does. He's the only real estate agent that can guarantee your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price or deadline, or he will buy it. No long-term contracts. You pick the move date. You can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietl today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietl.com.
Afternoon traffic, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, inbound 65 is stopped right now from 29th down to West Street. Crash on eastbound 70 coming out of the north split. It's at Rural on the right shoulder, slowing us down a bit back to the north split. And southbound 65-70 downtown, jammed from the north split to the south split, delayed 3 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go after harding into the south split, and southbound 65 slows from the south split down to Raymond Street because of construction. Southbound west downtown jammed up 10th Street down to Maryland because of construction. Northbound lanes bad as well. Looking at the west side, southbound 465 stop and go from Crawfordsville Road to 21st Street. Crash south side, Southport Road at Man. Traffic sponsored by Ingledown Tree Experts. From storm damage to deep root care, Ingledown Tree Experts keep your tree strong, safe, and beautiful. Call today or visit IngledowntreeExperts.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tuesday, warm and miserably humid as we track slow-moving scattered rain and storms in the afternoon and nighttime hours mainly. Gonna have to also watch out for some localized flooding concerns as highs push into the upper 80s, but it'll feel more like the mid-90s at times. And we rinse and repeat the warmth and humidity for Wednesday with more scattered shower and storm potential with some downpours in the mix as well. Severe weather not expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So it's Obama to the rescue for the Democrats? This guy's still hanging around?
Still around.
Dude had a good run. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, 2 terms. I mean, Indiana voted, I think, in his second term for Obama.
Might have been the first. I think it was the first
Was it the
one.
first?
Against McCain. Yes.
Okay.
McCain was such a disaster. But Obama won Indiana.
But Democrats are still fine. They're in some financial trouble right now, and they're trotting out Obama again. My question is, if you're Obama or his wife, Michelle, like why even, like, I'm done. All right, tried to help you guys out, did the best I could. I'm over with. You need me, but I don't need you. I'm going to go live out on Martha's Vineyard. I know I told you the ocean levels were rising. I didn't really believe it, but I've got a $15 million mansion.
Right.
And this is it. But so Obama's raising money for the Democrats?
They got him out on the road now, speaking at events.
Who's they?
The Democratic National Committee, the DNC.
I know, but, like, who's they compared to Obama?
Well, that's a good point, but I bet Obama's bored. He doesn't want to stay home with Big Mike. He wants to get out on the road. He wants people to clap for him. He wants to feel the love.
Ego.
He's the only high-ranking Dem that people like anymore, right? I mean, you could talk about Mayor Pete. You could talk about these other folks, but...
Kamala.
Right. Barack Obama is the only star that party has.
Democrats are longing for the years of Obama.
The years where I lost my job due to Obamacare.
Oh man, they are longing for the years of Obama. And so now now the Dems are in financial trouble and he's fundraising.
Right. So they got him out speaking, trying to hype up these governor races in New Jersey and Virginia, and he's trying to give a quick fix to the DNC financially right now because the new leadership, they are having a hard time raising money. Now, let's be 100% fair. When it comes time to the major elections, specifically presidential, the Democrats won't have a hard time raising money because Beyonce is going to step up, Springsteen, Oprah, all their super celebrity buddies are going to put on concerts and fundraisers.
And Bill Gates.
Right.
Yes.
But that's usually only for the presidential runs. When it comes for local elections, off year, and midterm, they're not doing real well right now. Not that they spent the money wisely before. They had more money than Donald Trump in the previous election.
Yeah.
But they spent it poorly. You had Kamala Harris just hemorrhaging money, doing stupid things with it, and that's how you lose every single swing state.
Plus, nobody voted for her to run for president.
Correct.
There's also that aspect.
Right.
Against Donald Trump.
So keep an eye out. You're going to see a lot of Barack Obama. It's his Cannonball Run style world tour trying to salvage the Democratic Party right now.
I don't know. I'm projecting, but if it were me, I'd be like, good luck. I've got my Martha's Vineyard mansion. I've got my kids. I've got my wife.
I got Jennifer Aniston, allegedly. Allegedly.
There's that rumor going around.
Which, if that's the case, good for Barack Obama, man. Good for you. Speaking of Barack Obama, I think this would be a great time to take a trip down memory lane. Great moments in presidential speeches. Great moments in presidential speeches.
Someday, years from now, our children will run on batteries made in Korea.
Great moments in presidential speeches. As Chris Matthews once said on MSNBC, when he speaks, I get a thrill up my leg.
Thrill, a little tingle.
Did you see the Elmo Twitter account yesterday, Nige? Oh, baby.
No, did you send something out? We were out getting the kids to camp yesterday, so I was in and out of, what happened with that? What was that?
Somebody hacked the official blue check mark verified account of Elmo from Sesame Street. And it was the most vile things you could imagine. A lot of Jew hate coming from the Elmo account.
What?
Some pro-Palestine group or hacker or somebody was putting just horrific things out there. I can't even really repeat the things.
I don't want to hear it.
That were on Elmo's account yesterday. So if any of your kids followed Elmo, now it has since been fixed and deleted and removed, but if any of your kids were on social media yesterday and saw Elmo firing off tweet after tweet about how awful the Jews are, just understand that was a hack job from somebody. But it was pretty rough. Some anti-Trump stuff in there, some Epstein stuff. I mean, holy smokes. And
how dare they? Wait, that's low when you're taking over Elmo's account. You're hacking Elmo.
Right? Here to respond to what took place yesterday is AI Elmo.
Hello, kids. This is Elmo. I said what I said. I stand by everything I said. And now Elmo is announcing that I'm running to be the mayor of New York City. Get to America.
Thank you, AI Elmo. That was the big joke that I saw yesterday. Is he officially announcing his candidacy to be the mayor of New York City by his anti-Jew rant that he put out on social media? It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
Indiana summer storms are rolling in, and if you're like me, you're not climbing up on your roof to check for damage. That's why you call Moss Roofing. Family owned. Right here in central Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you something hard to find these days: honest work and peace of mind. They offer free inspections, and I mean a real thorough checkup of your roof, your siding, your gutters, and your windows. If there's storm damage, they'll show you the photos, explain everything clearly and thoroughly, and even work with your insurance company for you. No stress, no pressure, just real professionals doing the job right every single time. Protect your home and avoid bigger problems later. Call Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Family owned, Moss Roofing. 747-3665 or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Have recent storms caused damage to your roofing or siding? Cochran Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home, from blown-offs to full replacements. Cochran Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new as fast as possible. Trust a company that was here before the storm and will be long after. For your free, no obligation consultation, scheduled today at CochranExteriors.com or call 317-ROOFING. Cochran Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 15 years.
Basketball fans of the W, convention goers and visitors of all kinds, welcome to Indianapolis, a great event hosting city thanks to Hoosier hospitality and terrific infrastructure like state-of-the-art stadiums, meeting spaces, and hotels, plus a world-class airport and interstates that make it easy to get around. But these buildings and roads don't just happen. They're built by men and women living here in central Indiana. Union members of Labor's Local 120 maintain and build Indy's roads, bridges, and highways. They're the ones you pass as you drive by the orange barrels. It's hard work, dangerous work. Yet there they are, working to make sure you have a smoother, safer ride to your event. And just like you, they'd like to get home safe too. So let's be mindful of the local workers who make the roads safe for all of us.
This is Chris Bricky, business manager of Labor's Local 120. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save lives. We're all in this together.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
You'll be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are
are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today. From storm damage to deep root care, Ingle Dow Tree Experts keep your trees strong, safe, and beautiful. Call today or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com.
Recovery is a journey, and no one walks it alone. The Supporting Sobriety podcast helps friends and families understand addiction, offer support, and care for themselves along the way. Hosted by Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Southbound 65 stop and go from 21st to Meridian 10, and then we were jammed up from the north split to the south split because of construction. It's a 6-minute delay. Inbound 69 delayed 4 minutes, 106th Street, 282nd. Eastbound 73-minute delay, Harding Street into Meridian, Illinois. Crash on the south side. This is Southport Road at Man Road. And on the south side, eastbound 465 on the brakes of 65 over to Emerson. Traffic sponsored by Ingle Dow Tree Experts. From storm damage to deep root care, Ingle Dow Tree Experts keep your tires strong, safe, and beautiful. Call today or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Well, we're coming to your city.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, this Thursday, Johnson County Fair. Get ready. We're doing our show 3 to 7 at the Farm Bureau building at the Johnson County Fair. Famous for their milkshakes, and stay for the rodeo that starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to have some fun. I think we're going to have a milkshake chugging contest.
At some point in the show, there will be a milkshake chugging contest.
Not by me.
We're going to have some special guests come by, and man, we're going to have a good time. So if you're in the area going to the fair, stop by, hang out with your favorite radio pals, Hammer and Nigel, and we're going to do it up this Thursday.
Real quick, I have an update on this Rosie O'Donnell, Donald Trump feud. Rosie O'Donnell responds as Trump threatens her citizenship. I don't think anybody cares about Rosie O'Donnell anymore. She's a nothing. She's a nobody. She doesn't do anything. She moved to Ireland. So at least she put her money where her mouth was. And if Donald Trump gets elected again, I'm moving out of the country. She was one of those celebrities. So Donald Trump, threatened to have her U.S. citizenship revoked in some sort of post. And she put a picture of him on Instagram with a picture of him and Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen that. And then she said, quote, "I'm everything you fear. A loud woman, a queer woman, a mother who tells the truth, an American who got out of the country before you set it ablaze. You're everything that is wrong with America, and I'm everything you hate about what's still right with it. You want to revoke my citizenship? Go ahead and try King Jeffrey with a tangerine spray tan," which is a reference to Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, the one thing she's right about is I'm everything you hate. She goes on to say some other stuff, but that's the one thing she said that was accurate.
Oh, wow. It's so dumb. And Donald Trump, I believe it's Donald Trump typing those things out on social media. He's got a lot more. Does anybody really believe he has the ability and or the constitutional right to revoke an American citizenship?
Only if he thinks she is a threat to national safety and security.
Okay.
And I don't think that Rosie's that unless she's going to eat all the groceries. If that's the only reason, then maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm everything you fear. A loud woman, a queer woman.
She moved out of the country to get away from this stuff, but then she realized she was irrelevant here. She's really irrelevant in Ireland.
Nobody
so
cares.
she's coming back into the mix, being relevant by the one way she knows she can, feuding with Donald Trump. You're the movie guy of this room here, Nige.
Yeah.
This new Superman movie do anything for you?
Yeah, I've always liked Superman. I like the one that came out in 2006 that got universally panned.
James Gunn came out and said, this is a movie about immigration.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. I mean, I'll still go. The director said that about the movie, but I don't know that that's reflected in the movie, is what I'm saying.
It was number one this past weekend, $122 million in the U.S. Number one at the box office.
But had a budget, it was $360 million to make, one of the most expensive movies ever made. Now, if that's the case, they're going to need you to make this bad boy more profitable, I think. Maybe.
Does it feel like everyone saw Superman this weekend? That's because they did. But to actually make money, you need to see it again and again. So this Friday, don't miss Superman, the special edition, with added sound effects that weren't in last weekend's Superman. Like when he flies, you'll hear whoosh, or when he punches a bad guy, you'll hear whoosh. And next Friday, the super special edition, featuring bonus footage of people pointing and saying, "Hey, it's Superman!" And finally, coming in August, Superman the Reboot. New Superman, same problem.
Okay, well, there you go.
So $122 million in the U.S., but with the budget of $360 million, you're going to need to see it multiple times for them to make their nut.
And they're still going to have the overseas money coming in, but yeah, a lot of questions about whether it was going to be woke or not, but it sounds like it was actually all right. Top stories next.
The heat outside does not have to be the heat inside. Masters Heating and Cooling is here to help. I use Masters Heating and Cooling in my home. David, the general manager, and the entire Masters team take care of my family. They've replaced parts of my system, serviced parts of my system, and everything is running in tip-top condition. My house feels amazing. Right now, you can get $1,000 off a new AC system. We're talking about a full system replacement here. $100 off electric, $250 off hybrid, and $500 off tankless water heaters. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today. They have 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchases. Terms and conditions for all offers. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Masters Heating and Cooling. They'll take care of your HVAC and help you out 24/7. Call 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9379. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9379. That's 800-575-9379. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Hendricks County 4-H Fair is back July 13th through the 19th in Danville. A state fair experience at county fair prices. Catch all the action with the truck and tractor pull, lawn and garden tractor pull, the championship rodeo, and the always wild demolition derby. Plus rides, games, and more at the Greatest Midway, brought to you by Drew Expositions. Get your discount tickets now at 4hcomplex.org. The Hendricks County 4-H Fair, July 13th through 19th. A state fair experience at county fair prices.
Hey, this is Dunny Smith for LD Smith Plumbing. Lance Smith joins me right now. No, we're not related, but I'd be proud to call him my son, my uncle, my cousin, whatever. Lance, welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, sump pumps, they're coming up. You guys, it's probably time to get your sump pump special. You brag on this every year.
Yep, it's a real deal. Free primary sump pump with the purchase of a battery backup system. Simple as that. No hidden labor fees or anything like that. 317-927-7186 or ldsmithplumbing.com.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse is now open and ready to serve you. Whether you're buying jewelry or selling jewelry, PA Jewelers has got you covered. One-of-a-kind pieces, vintage pieces. Make an appointment, sit down with them in the buy room, and find out how you can get that special piece made just for you. Easy to get to in Brownsburg. See everything they have to offer in a no-pressure environment. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, now open in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. That's 456-4010. Or online at pajewelers.jewelry. pajewelers.jewelry.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, police in Franklin say they got a break in a case they've been waiting on. You'll hear what that is. Where you can expect to deal with ramp closures this week in Indianapolis, and it's the first time for this event. You'll hear what it is and what it's all about. Those stories and more after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A green light at the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The justices will not block the Trump plan to dismantle the federal education department in a 6-3 decision lifting a federal judge's order that temporarily reversed planned layoffs and other cuts. Those changes can now move forward as the legal fight continues.
The Supreme Court's 3 liberal justices noted their dissents. Justice Sonia Sotomayor says only Congress can eliminate the department, and the judiciary has a duty to check lawlessness, not expedite it.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Ukraine's president thanking President Trump for the new U.S. deal with NATO, which will get more weapons to Ukraine.
We've made a deal today where we are going to be sending them weapons and they're going to be paying for them. We, the United States, will not be having any payment made.
President Trump making the official Oval Office announcement alongside the head of NATO, also threatening 100% tariffs on Russia's trading partners if there's no deal to end the Ukraine war in 50 days. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Is he just now figuring out that Ukraine is a friend to the United States of America? And Russia is an enemy?
The president emphasizing previous costs to the U.S. His administration also concerned about U.S. weapon stockpiles. About 40 makers of ice cream and other frozen treats in the U.S. pledged to remove artificial dyes by 2028. FDA Commissioner Marty McCary calling it part of a renaissance moment for health in America.
When we first said we want to remove all 9 petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply and do it soon, the naysayers said it would not be possible.
He says just weeks later, nearly 40% of food manufacturers have agreed. Today's voluntary move by ice cream makers follows recent announcements by other major companies. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Providing hope in the case of baby hope. Partly cloudy and 84 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. The murder case in Franklin goes back to the 1990s. Ryan Hedrick reports on the update that police revealed today.
We got some cold cases here in Franklin, and this was one of them that we wanted to take care of, and we've done that.
That's Franklin Mayor Steve Barnett speaking at a news conference.
31 years, and now we have a baby that's over here that has a name.
Franklin leaders say the update in the baby hope case is that they've identified the parents. The mother, Cheryl Dawn Larson, died in 2018. The father is still alive. Franklin County Coroner Mike Pruitt.
In 1994, 150 people stood here at the funeral for baby Hope.
Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Overnight, I-465 lane and ramp closures are scheduled this week on the north side of Indianapolis. From 9 o'clock tonight until 6 a.m. Tuesday, the 2 right lanes will be closed on I-465 eastbound near Keystone Avenue. Police in Indianapolis saying today they've made an arrest in a shooting case from this past weekend. IMPD's accusing Anthony Bean of shooting 2 people inside a car on West 38th Street on Indy's northwest side early Saturday morning. They made that announcement today. IMPD's Violent Crimes Unit found Bean on Sunday. He was arrested on 2 counts of murder. After both people were shot, they were taken to hospitals but later died. Bean is 19 years old. We're getting closer and closer to WNBA All-Star Weekend. Johnette Cruz reports on Feverfest.
The music and comedy watch party for the inaugural Feverfest during AT&T WNBA All-Star 2025 is coming up this Saturday, July 19th.
So we've got incredible headliners like Kid Laroi, Cedric the Entertainer, G-Eazy, Dion Cole, Leslie Jones from SNL. So it's an incredible music and comedy lineup.
That's Joseph Graziano from Pacer Sports and Entertainment. Indianapolis is known for its vibrant event scene throughout the year, and this is no different. Feverfest will be at Everwise Amphitheater. Find more details at feverfestival.com. Jeanette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And gas prices have been going down lately. Gas Buddy saying the statewide average is $2.95 a gallon. That's a 15-cent drop from this time last week. News time, 5:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Lately, the market has been making some big moves, and not all in the right direction. If you've been watching the numbers and wondering what it all means for your retirement, you're not alone. At Howard Bailey Financial, we plan for times like this. The truth is, a volatile day on Wall Street can feel a lot different when you're getting closer to retirement. That's why right now is the right time to take a fresh look at your portfolio, and Howard Bailey can help. Are you taking on more risk than you realize? Are you diversified in a way that makes sense for where you are in life? Find out today with the help of our free Market Volatility Guide. Visit retirewithpurpose.com to download your free guide and learn more about what market shifts may mean for you. That's retirewithpurpose.com. Together, let's make sure your plan is built to weather whatever comes next. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
With traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, it's on the south side. We are stopped on eastbound 465 from Bluff Road past Emerson Avenue because of a breakdown. It looks like a semi blocking the right lane right now, causing that stop traffic. That delay of 31 minutes. Now downtown southbound 6570 is jammed up from the north split down to the south split for a 13-minute delay. Eastbound 70 delayed 2 minutes. Harding Street to Meridian, Illinois. East side southbound 465 slow from 70 to Washington, on the brakes again around Brookville Road. Crash south side Southport Road at Man Road. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for free UPS shipping. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for a dry and partly cloudy but warm Monday night with lows in the low 70s. Tuesday, warm and miserably humid as we track slow-moving scattered rain and storms in the afternoon and nighttime hours mainly. Going to have to also watch out for some localized flooding concerns as highs push into the upper 80s, but it'll feel more like the mid-90s at times. And we rinse and repeat the warmth and humidity for Wednesday with more scattered shower and storm potential with some downpours in the mix as well. Severe weather not expected. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Yeah, WNBA All-Star Week, Hammer. I think that gigantic, I don't know what you call it, a picture of Caitlin Clark shooting a basket on the side of the JW Marriott there on West Street is phenomenal. I think that is incredible. And imagine being her at 22 or 23 years old and having that thing
right
on top. Just I mean, the hotel is huge, and she's on the whole facade of it.
They always have pictures on it, but I've never seen one this big before.
Yeah, they do the Indy 500 stuff on it, and they do some other stuff. But, man, her shooting that basket with the 22, and I think it's pretty cool. And I think the fact that the All-Star Week and the weekend here in Indy is, I think it's awesome.
And it's going to be good because Caitlin Clark's going to get the flowers, as the kids would say, the props, the attention she rightly deserves for being the face of this league. Because everywhere else, they want to knock her out. They want to say this about her. They want to make it some sort of other argument. Yeah. But the All-Star Week and game is here in Indy this week, and it's going to be about number 22. And I think that's awesome.
She's had a rough... Like, coming back from both those injuries, she's had two different injuries. She's had rough games, but I watched a little bit of it yesterday. Man, boy, the fever just killed whoever.
They played Dallas yesterday.
Yeah,
Paige Becker is the number one pick on her team.
Paige Becker, yeah.
But now we turn our attention to the citizens of Indianapolis.
Yes.
And what's going to happen next weekend when the All-Star festivities are here, because the last 2 weekends have not been good here downtown. This past weekend, at least 14 people shot or stabbed, with at least 6 of them killed, including 2 juveniles, and that's just over the weekend. The week before, the big 4th of July fireworks extravaganza, 2 juveniles shot and killed. So what's going to happen this weekend when a lot of eyes will be on the city as Caitlin Clark and company host the All-Star game? Where are the homeless going to get bused to? Because that's a thing that happens in the city.
They're all over the place right now.
There are tents. There are encampments. It looks bad. But what we know about Joe Hogsett is the same trick that they do out in California, right? Whenever there's a major event coming, they'll clean up San Francisco.
Was that, what was it, the president of China?
Yes.
Xi in San Francisco?
And they bust all the homeless people and put them in, like, amazing hotels. And we're no stranger to that here in Indy, whether it's over by the old airport area or various places downtown. The homeless will be picked up and bussed somewhere else.
The year after COVID, we had the entire NCAA basketball tournament here. And I mean, there were encampments under Hilbert Circle Theater, and those were cleaned up with a snap of a finger.
And when the big event is gone, they'll be right back. Right back. But, not a good weekend this weekend. This comes on the heels of the chief of police, Chris Bailey, doing a video, in essence, begging bad guys not to do bad stuff.
Yeah, you used the word begging.
And then you had the city really trying to push these peace tents down our throats. Like that's going to stop anything. The peace tents.
Yeah. I don't... I understand what you're saying, but I don't have a problem with people trying their best to quell whatever violence is going on in the city. The peace tents don't work, I don't think.
I'm not mad at the tent people. I'm mad at the city for thinking it's an answer.
You're right.
You know, the leadership of the city is not serious if you think that's an answer.
I mean, the peace tent people, they've been around for 3 years. They're doing their best. But I don't know that that's the answer.
Right.
Well, I know it's not the answer.
And it's not a serious answer if you're the city and you say, well, we'll have more tents. Well, no.
Where are the violence interrupters?
Right. They're getting a lot of taxpayer money. And listen, the real answers, it's not that complicated. We're making it sound like we're trying to figure out, the Bermuda Triangle here. It's not that complicated. You need to have more room for juveniles to be locked up, but the law has to change for that to happen. You need to start fining parents and or juveniles for breaking curfew. That needs to happen.
Fining, but the parents aren't going to pay the fines. The people, the juveniles that are down here committing those sorts of crimes, their parents aren't going to pay the fines.
At least threaten them with it. And if they don't pay the fine, treat them like it's a deadbeat dad. You got to find a way to lock them up then.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't pay their child support.
It's awful to hear you say that out loud. I hate that. I do, because I had a great childhood growing up, man. And there's some kids in this inner city in hot spots that don't have parents. They don't have anything. They get a Lyft, they get an Uber down here, and they run wild. And if you're a juvenile caught with a gun, you're going to jail.
Right. That should be the case. But with this prosecutor, who never wants to punish anybody underage, like in theory, that sounds like a great thing, but some of these kids have bad intentions. Some of these quote-unquote kids want to kill you. You have to be tougher with them. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of room to put them because this new youth justice center has half the damn beds as the old one did, but twice the cost.
I don't get it.
Quick update from Texas. Search and rescue operations were temporarily paused this past weekend.
Oh, more weather.
Because more torrential rain and more flooding were taking place. Authorities believe more than 160 people still missing in Kerr County alone, stemming from that July 4th flood, including the Camp Mystic campground area. Now, there's a Houston news anchor that is going viral for all the wrong reasons here. So she's being ripped for being tone deaf. Listen to this. I'm going to play you the audio. Houston news anchor, she's making this all about herself in a video she put on social media. She's getting ready to go and report on the flooding, but I guess she's never been on the road before. So she's talking about the wardrobe that she's going to wear on camera and what she's going to take to report on these deadly floods.
I've actually have never traveled to a different viewing area for an assignment, so this is my first time, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. I'm going to bring a pair of my big rain boots. I actually let one of our reporters borrow my small rain boots. Definitely bringing my Fox 26 hat. I'll probably wear this tomorrow. Multiple pairs of socks in case mine get wet. I'm going to bring 2 news anchor dresses. I'm not exactly sure how the weather is going to hold up. There is some rain in the forecast, so I'm bringing a variety of rain pants, jeans, plus shorts, full of black tops that I'm going to put in here, black Lululemon pants. My friend Jillian, who's a reporter up in Kerrville, she took my Fox 26 rain jacket, but it's okay because I have extra.
If you're going to report on dead children who have drowned and been swept away, Nige, is it an appropriate angle to ask, what type of pants should I wear, and do you like this top?
Yeah, there's some conflating things going on here. I think what if you're my daughter and want to become a reporter and see that and see how they work and see what they do and see what they bring and see what's necessary? What if you're somebody that wants to do what she's doing right now and what you need to do to prepare? I would have had no idea what to bring to something like that.
See, I disagree. I think if she's had that much training at that point to where she's getting the call to report on the biggest story in the state, maybe in America, I think she knows what she's doing. I really do. I think she's had the training. I think she knows what to wear. I know these schools and universities, they teach you these types of things, or they should. This reporter clearly missed out.
I don't know what her intentions were with that.
It just seems tone deaf to me.
I don't know. Yeah, of course. Yeah, when you're talking about 100 plus people missing, that is an interesting argument. But at the same time, if my daughter is wondering, I want to do what you do, I want to go report, I want to go help, I want to go let people know what's going on, but I would have no idea what I need to bring. Maybe that's a benefit, or a benefit, not a benefit, but maybe that's a plus. Maybe she's education.
If you're going to report on the Met Gala or the Oscars, okay, tell us what you're wearing, because that's a question they ask at those types of events. But man, if you're going to cover dead kids who have drowned,
I know.
Don't ask us if this top looks cute. I think that's a really bad look. Like, focus on what's important here. Nobody gives a damn what you're wearing there. Tell us what's happening. That's just me. Maybe I'm the Lone Ranger here.
No, you're not the Lone. I get it.
Matt Baer, what's up?
All right, fellas, outside eastbound 465 after Emerson Avenue, a breakdown blocking the right lane. Traffic stop back to Bluff Road. Delay time has ballooned to 54 minutes. And if you're trying to get out from westbound 465 to a southbound 65 on the south side, that's going to be a slow ramp at the moment. Northbound lanes also tight around 465. Downtown southbound 65, 70 jam. North split to the south split, a 5-minute delay. Inbound 65 slow around west to Meridian. Eastbound 70 stop and go Harding to Meridian, Illinois, and checking out West Street downtown. Southbound lanes really bad right now because of construction from West 10th down to Maryland. Northbound lanes grinding after South Street up to I-65. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Services. Water damaging your home? Contact Indiana Foundation Service, the basement concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more IndianaFoundationService.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
18. We need 18 people to jump to the WIBC YouTube feed right now. Just 18 awesome, badass Hoosiers, people who work hard for a living, people who look good naked. 18 of you. Jump on the WIBC YouTube feed. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. That would get us to 100. If you do that, all of your wildest dreams will come true. I promise you. Right now, 85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And we got a fun round of Are You Okay With This coming up next.
Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. I imagine your retirement dreams look a lot different than mine. Unless you're planning on moving to the Canary Islands, okay? We have different goals and goals that require their own unique plans. That's where Trajan Wealth's fiduciary advisors come in. Hello, let Trajan Wealth help you craft a plan that will meet your goals. Call Trajan Wealth today, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Your first appointment is free. Trajan can really help you with all of your money matters while treating you like family. That's why I hired Trajan. Their approach to my wants and needs made me feel at ease. It offered peace of mind. Call the team I work with at Trajan Wealth to help you develop a plan that will meet your financial goals and offer you the same thing, peace of mind. 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
The Voice of Health Minute with Dr. Robert Prather of Holistic Integration. Let's talk about the role of the endocrine system and what it plays in the health of the skin.
It's interesting because acne usually kicks off at puberty, and there's a reason. It's because the endocrine system is not working properly. An imbalance in the endocrine system will result in acne. I had a gal come in from Minnesota with acne. We were able to get her under control, but it was all endocrine. And it's crazy that you couldn't find somebody, closer that really be able to get that balanced out. But we have very specific natural types of products. And it was not only was her acne, but she said my whole health is different. I came in for my skin problem, but then I saw everything come back. She said I had anxiety, I had some depression, and all that cleared up also.
The Voice of Health with Dr. Robert Prather, Sundays at 8 p.m. or anytime at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market, just 20 minutes north of Carmel. We're proud to bring you the freshest produce farmed right here in Indiana and across the Midwest. And don't miss our home-style fried chicken, scratch-made bakery, and a deli packed with ready-to-go favorites. Got a sweet tooth? Check out a variety of old-fashioned candies, the kind that brings back sweet memories from your childhood. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about local freshness, friendly faces, and food that feels like home. Wilson Farm Market. That's Wilson Farm Market.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to be.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tamara and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
UFC fighter Derek Lewis won his match this past weekend at the big UFC event in Nashville. It was giant. This was a huge match. In his interview after the fight, Hammer, he told the announcer and the crowd that he was asked what he plans to do next, and his answer was...
What do you want next, my friend?
I've been gone for 2 weeks, so I want my wife next. It's going to be a lot of ground and pounding. Ground and pounding. She know what it is. Fine that.
Are you okay with that?
Oh, I love this. Absolutely. So what do you want to do next? My wife. That's a great answer.
It's a beautiful answer.
And she's standing in the ring, too, and she's loving it. She's digging it. You know, her dude just won, and he's like, yeah, I'm ready for some ground and pound. She knows what I'm talking about. Let me hear it one more time, please, Allison.
What do you want next, my friend?
I've been gone for 2 weeks, so I want my wife next. It's going to be a lot of ground and pounding. Ground and pounding. She know what it is. Fine ass.
With your fine ass. I love it, man. I think that's great.
What they cut to his wife?
Yeah, she was like in the ring standing like next to him.
And what was her reaction?
She's smiling. She's laughing. She's having a good time. I think she's ready for a little ground and pound. I think it's great he's got that relationship.
Absolutely.
And this brings us to great moments in UFC speech history. After one of his wins in a previous contest, Conor McGregor, he was talking about all of the trash talk that he had and whether or not it was over the top.
I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Great moments in UFC speech history.
According to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the paper of record in the city of Las Vegas, the card game Uno is being added as a table game to the Palms Hotel and Casino. Are you okay with Uno being added as a card game to the casino, Hammer?
You know me. I love Uno, and I love Las Vegas.
Sure.
My answer is no, okay? Because here's why. I'm seeing this story all over the internet, and it's fake news. So what's going to happen
fake news
is that this social club is going to be coming to the Palms Hotel. But you have to be a member of the social club to go on the casino floor and play Uno under the bright lights of Las Vegas. But also, there's no gambling. You can't put money on it. So what's the point of this then? Like, everybody thinks you're going to be able to go to Las Vegas and, like, go into a poker room where you bet money and you play poker and play Uno. That's not what is happening here. So the Palms and Mattel, the company that owns the game Uno, they have some promotional thing going on right now where if you sign up to be part of their social club, you could also win a suite in the Palms, and they're going to have the suite tricked out like, you know, Uno and Mattel and all that stuff.
Nice.
And you'll be able to play Uno on the floor, but not for money. I say that's a big nothing burger to me, because if you can't gamble on it, what the hell's the point? You can do that at home with your buddies. But for argument's sake here, let's say that you could gamble on Uno.
Yeah, how would you gamble? What would be the process?
So it'd be just like getting into a poker tournament or a poker room, right? You have a certain buy-in amount and you get your money, and I'm sure you could do it that way. But think about how heated it gets already. Now imagine if you got $500 on the table and the dealer hands you a +4 card. I'm ready to whip his ass at that point. Oh, man, can you imagine at that point?
+4 card sucks. I know that much.
And I would need to have the house rules in front of me. Like, how long do you have to yell Uno if you have one card left in your hand? Because if the other guy is getting ready to play and you yell it, I think that's too late. I'm going to need some house rules because I'd be very upset.
Very specific here. One last thing here. Morgan Wallen. We've talked about this before. He's teasing this remix to his song Miami, which we already made fun of a little bit, I think, because it sounds a little too auto-tuney.
Right.
He's teasing the remix to his song Miami featuring Lil Wayne. and I want everybody to. Here's a quick clip of Lil Wayne's part. Not playing this, is it?
No, you can turn that off and you can burn that clip, actually. No, I'm not okay with this. Like, if you want to be country, be country. But don't tell me you're country and do a remix with Lil Wayne trying to be pop. Like, that's the quickest way to alienate your audience. And Morgan Wallen's too good for that. That's like the it guy for country music
and that
right
song
now.
Miami, I feel like we had a story a couple weeks ago that was...
Yeah, the story was it sucks.
Yeah.
That's what the story was with that song. It sucks.
By itself, not with the addition of Lil Wayne.
Right. It already is a big pile of crap, and then you add Lil Wayne to it. Now you've just put a peanut in the turd. John Herrick has the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What's supposed to lie ahead? Mostly cloudy and 83 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s most of the time this week. We'll also have heat index values in the triple digits all across Indiana. As for which parts of the state should be getting rain?
Actually, pretty much statewide. It's just pretty much the whole state's going to be off and on during that middle part of the week with different weak upper level storm systems coming up from the west-southwest.
Casey Crosby with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says the chances for severe weather is small, but the days where rain is most likely is on Wednesday and Thursday. Ever since flooding hit Texas on 4th of July weekend, the search continues for roughly 160 people who are still missing.
They have a hard time searching in there because that water is you can't see through it.
That's Kerrville Assistant City Manager Michael Hornez talking about the difficulties they've been having navigating Lake Nimitz. He says more rain from this past weekend have not helped things either. A firefighter union says lives could have been saved at an assisted living facility that caught fire in Massachusetts on Sunday. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
9 people were killed inside the Gabriel House Assisted Living Facility in Fall River. 30 more were hurt. International Association of Firefighter President Edward Kelly said only 2 of the city's 10 engine companies were fully staffed.
And we call upon the mayor to increase the staffing up to what New Bedford does, up to what the national standard calls for, which is 4 firefighters per company.
He argued if there hadn't been cuts and they were fully staffed,
lives would have been saved.
Earlier in the day, the mayor said they were working on finding additional places for the remaining residents to stay, and the owner of Gabriel Hall was cooperating with the investigation. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Indiana gas on average at $2.95 a gallon today, says Gas Buddy. The nationwide average is $3.15. And an Iowa sheriff's deputy had an unusual roadside encounter last week. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office there shared a photo on social media of a deputy writing a report with a llama standing next to him. The deputy was originally dispatched to help a driver when he came across the animal. The department joked in its post about the llama drama that its deputies have to deal with. With traffic at 5:32, Matt Bear, we got any llama drama on Indiana roads?
No llama drama right now. We do have a crash, though, on the west side. It's Washington Street at Fuller Drive. Somebody wrecked a motorcycle. South side, eastbound 465. Awful delay right now at Emerson Avenue. And we have the right lane closed. Traffic stopped all the way back to Harding Street. Delay time at 78 minutes. South side, northbound 65, loaded up from Edgewood Avenue up to 465. That's because of construction. Inbound 65, stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, delayed 7 minutes. Harding into the south split. And on the east side, southbound 465, slow before 70, down to 74. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now with Dream Baths by B, get 2 bathroom remodels for the price of 1, plus a free entry door in 24 months. Same as cash with 0 interest. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Partly cloudy for tonight with lows in the low 70s. Tuesday's warm and miserably humid with slow-moving scattered rain and storms in the afternoon nighttime hours. Gonna have to watch out for some localized flooding. Highs in the upper 80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Playing the feud, ladies ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I'm Nigel. That's Hammer. Turning Point USA is a big convention. Prominent conservative voices from all over the country gathered. I think it was in Tampa over the weekend, right? And so ICE director Tom Homan versus an anti-ICE protester during Tom Homan's presentation, his speech, right?
So you're going to hear Tom Homan in the middle of a sentence, and then somebody disguised themselves as a pro-Trump supporter to get into this thing and started yelling anti-ICE things at Tom Homan. How do we know you're not in MS-13? And then it kind of just falls off the rails.
Wait 3 or 5 years. Pardon me?
Are you an MS-13 member? It says...
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I got a question. No. I got a question for you. Why don't you come up here and hand me that picture? Bring it.
So at this point, the protester has a picture of Tom Homan and is yelling, "Are you an MS-13? Let's deport you." So Tom Homan laughs, plays it off, but the whole time you can tell the old man is just stewing inside.
And he doesn't F around.
No.
He's a red ass. And ICE, by the way, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, they have cleaned up the border since Donald Trump took over.
And lefties are pissed about it because they opened it.
Yeah, sure.
They wanted those folks to ultimately get ways to vote in our country and sway elections in key swing states. But ICE, they're against that.
Why did that guy think Tom Homan was an MS-13 member?
Their whole argument is, well, if you say somebody is, you can deport them without due process. Rabble.
Okay.
Let's hear a little more.
They got morons like this all over the country. This guy wouldn't know it's like to serve his nation. This guy ain't got the balls to be an ICE officer. He hasn't got the balls to be a Border Patrol agent. This guy lives in his mother's basement. The only thing that surprises me, you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Get out of here, you loser.
Homan's fired up.
And you're such a badass. Meet me off stage in 13 minutes and 50 seconds.
Challenging him. Let's go.
I guarantee you he sits down to pee. Guaranteed.
Tom Homan, old man strength. He wants the smoke, baby.
Wow.
He wants a piece of the action. Let's go. Mr.
I guarantee he sits down to pee.
Mr. Tom Homan, not here to screw around this week. We've got some legal stuff. Todd Rikita, get us going.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
L.A. County deputy pleads guilty to smuggling heroin into jail using a Pringles can.
Oh, that's creative.
Sure. Michael Miser, 40 years old, pled guilty to one count of possession with intent to distribute heroin. This stems from an incident in which he was then working as the deputy at a correctional facility, and he was coordinating with inmates when to bring the drugs into jail in exchange for cash payments made through the Cash App.
Wow.
Federal prosecutors say the guy accepted $1,500 sent to a relative by somebody connected to an inmate. So they had a pretty good system worked out here. Your relative will send one of my friends $1,500 in exchange for the heroin that I'm going to bring in via a plastic bag. It's going to look like Pringles. I'm bringing my lunch in. That's all that I've got. And turns out he was dealing drugs to the inmates, Nige.
Did he not have the actual can?
He had the can. Yep.
Oh, he did have the Pringles can.
Yeah, the Pringles can was part of his lunch bag that he was bringing in. And they thought, oh, he works here. It's his lunch bag. He's fine. But he had a bunch of heroin packed inside the Pringles bag.
Seems pretty simple.
Right.
Well, I guess you need to, at some point, trust the people you're working with that are trying to keep, the bad guys inside. And, I guess I just don't understand how it could have. That seems pretty simple to me, the Pringles can.
Everybody should be scanned coming and going from the joint, right?
Yes.
Especially ever since that one situation where, I think it was in Alabama, where the inmate that looked like Aaron Rodgers was banging the big fat chick that looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine, and they ended up getting killed in Indiana. Or at least the big heavy girl did. Remember that?
Oh, no.
I think it was down like in Evansville. They made a documentary on Netflix about it. The inmate kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers, and this big old woman looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine, and she helped him escape, and they just trusted her because she had been there for so long. And they ended up at a car wash at a cheap hotel, I think in Evansville.
Do you know Pringles has grilled, like they're affiliated with Miller Lite? There's like Miller Lite Pringles cans.
Really?
Like grilled beer brat, beer can chicken type Miller Pringles cans.
I did not know that. I approve of that partnership, though. I like Pringles. I like Miller Lite.
I've never had it, but I'm looking at it right now.
Allison, if you find any at the store, this is your assignment tonight. You bring in some of the Miller Lite Pringles, and we will try these bad boys on the air.
Yeah, grilled beer brats.
I will gladly do that.
Beer can chicken with Miller Lite logos on it.
Okay. Well, there we go. Fox News saying there's an emerging trend of parents crashing their kids' honeymoon. So there's a new trend where parents are crashing their kids' honeymoon.
That would be me and Lindsay probably.
Oh, man, that's awful. Could you imagine you're there with your wife and you're finally married, your husband and wife, you're ready to do adult stuff, and here come your parents or her parents? No, thank you.
I'm not even ready for my kids to go to camp for a week. I can't imagine them getting married and moving away to another state. Yeah, I'd crash my kids' honeymoon. Sure.
Would you?
Yeah.
Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you there.
My kid likes me.
Not at his honeymoon. Are you serious? What is wrong with you? Weirdo.
I would leave them alone.
No, you wouldn't. You're there. You crashed it. You're not going to leave them alone.
I wouldn't like try to be with them every second. But I'd lay with them on the beach and go to dinner with them. And
did you say I will play with them on the beach?
No, I would lay with them on the beach.
Even worse.
Like I dropped our kids off at camp this weekend, man. Like I'm going through some sort of crisis right now. It's disturbing me. I am upset.
And that's normal. Laying with your kids on the beach on their honeymoon is not.
When they're older.
Right. Everything Tom Homan said about that guy applies to you right now going to your honeymoon with the kids.
Purple hair and the nose ring.
Pee sitting down. Absolutely. Everything Tom Homan said about that guy applies to you if you go on a honeymoon with your kids.
I am going through a crisis right now where my kids are separating from me. My influence and my wife's influence is not what it once was. And I'm 49 years old, and I think I'm going through a crisis right now, especially with the kids. I'm moping around. Lindsay's leaving the house on a trip, so it's me and the dog for 3 days.
That little yapping dog that spent thousands of dollars on. Every 4th of July, my favorite meme that I see is, all of a sudden, yapping D-head doesn't like loud noises. It's one of my favorite memes every 4th of July.
Oh, I'm just going through it all. So I understand maybe, the parents don't want to separate from their kids, even if they're
there's a difference between not wanting separation and dealing with it and showing up on the beach on their honeymoon. Like there was a situation in the first season of White Lotus, I think it was, where the newlyweds, the spoiled rich kid, his mom, which was Molly Shannon, shows up on their honeymoon. And it's just a disaster, a total ridiculous disaster. Have you ever heard that you need to wait 30 minutes after you eat before you go swimming? Was that like something you heard as a kid?
All my life.
Me too.
All my life. My grandparents had a swimming pool, and then we'd have hot dogs and hamburgers at noon, and then they'd set the timer.
The American Red Cross has released a statement saying that it's a total myth.
Of course.
The American Red Cross Scientific Advisory Committee, quote, eating before swimming is not contributing to a risk of drowning and can be dismissed as a myth. Well, thank God the Red Cross scientific community has got to the bottom of this. Still no real, cures for cancer or anything else.
What was the problem with going into the water after you eat?
Well, you'd get a cramp, right? You're supposed to cramp up and you wouldn't be able to swim and then you drowned, apparently.
Is that it?
At least that's what I was told. Did that
ever happened? Did that ever really happen?
I don't know.
I ate potato salad and baked beans and a hot dog, and then I dove in the pool right afterwards and I drowned.
That's what we all believed as kids. There's no social media around back then. We believed every single piece of Halloween candy had a needle in it, and if you ate, you couldn't go swimming for 30 minutes afterwards or you would drown. That's what we grew up believing. Here with a real tip on summer safety, specifically drowning, is the First Lady of WIBC, Terry Stacy.
And now, Hammer and Nigel present Summer Safety with Terry Stacy.
Going to the beach can be lots of fun, but it's dangerous too. If you're going to the beach, it's always a good idea to fake drowning 2 or 3 times once you get there, just to see how fast the lifeguards are.
Summer Safety
Great idea.
with Terry Stacy.
Always fake drowning 2 or 3 times just to see how sharp the lifeguards are. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So what's in the bag today? Yesterday's leftovers? Another lunch meat sandwich? Well, go ahead and pull up a rock and settle in for a half hour of I wish I was eating something else. Or you could be eating something else, or someplace else. If you're brown bagging it at the corner of 30th and Shadeland area, drop over to His Place Eatery for 30 minutes of why didn't I know about this place sooner? Nothing fancy, not a lot of frills. They save that for the quality of the meal, like ribs that fall off the bone, southern fried chicken, sides that will cause your taste buds to thank you into tomorrow. Put that in your brown bag and eat it. Better yet, bank the bag. Go to His Place Eatery at the corner of 30th and Shadeland, or the newest location off 86th and Ditch Road. Your dirty boots and work clothes are welcome here. His Place, your place for lunch. Go to hisplaceeatery.com to learn more.
You got to get to windownation.com right now, especially if your windows are old and cracked and drafty and letting the hot air in and your air conditioner's working overtime, because they have a killer deal going on right now. Right now, you can get 50% off all window styles plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. I mean, we're talking like you're not going to pay any interest until 2030 when you choose Window Nation to replace your old windows.
Window Nation, their experts show up, they measure multiple times so they get it right. They get in, they get it out, and they'll get the job done in 1 day or less, depending on the size of the job. But they are so efficient. I know this because I've seen it firsthand. I'm a customer. And right now, get 50% off all style of windows and 0 interest until 2030. 866-90-NATION. Talk to a representative. Ask about the deal. Or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Summer's in full swing, so come get that hot summer deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get $20,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, plus 0% for 72 months. Or lease a new 2025 Lincoln Corsair for just $499 per month at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $110,425. Corsair MSRP $53,915. $3,500 due at lease signing. 0 security deposit. 36 months. 10,500 miles per year. Offers good through 7/31/2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Fostech is the family-owned business that makes incredible firearms right here in Indiana. Fostech, created by 2 career firefighters and 1 U.S. Air Force veteran. They create special, unique firearms, American craftsmanship meeting cutting-edge technology. Their Origin 12 shotgun is the envy of the industry, and all their products are designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Visit Fostech to find a dealer near you, or follow Fostech on Facebook and Instagram at Fostech_Inc. Fostech, Fostech, Fostech.com.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
More tariffs later, tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
You know, look, I wear my heart on my sleeve, ladies and gentlemen, and I was, you know, just venting that my kids are both at camp. They're gone for the week, and my wife is gone on a work trip. And I'm like, you know, most guys would be like, yeah, party, yeah, but I'm just like, I'm a wimp. And RJ in the YouTube chat just says, Jesus, Nigel, just go to a strip club.
Thank you, RJ. Thank you. Somebody chiming in to help.
That's not me anymore. It's not me.
You once tipped a stripper with concert tickets. It's absolutely you. Matt Bear.
All right, guys, looking at the south side, eastbound 465 after Emerson Avenue was stalled, semi-blocking the right lane. Traffic is stopped. Back to Harding Street, delayed time, good Lord, 88 minutes. Eastbound 70, stop and go into the south split from Belmont. Inbound 65 slows 21st to Meridian Pad. Downtown, southbound 65, 70 jammed from the north split to the south split. It's a 6-minute delay. Crash, north side 96 at Meridian. Crash on the west side, Washington at Fuller. Somebody's heard it involves a motorcycle. Traffic sponsored by Ingledow Tree Experts. From storm damage to deep root care, Ingledow Tree Experts. Keep your tree strong, safe, and beautiful. Call today or visit IngledowTreeExperts.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nige, if you're not too busy watching The View tonight, here's a reason for you to drink. Today is National Nude Day.
Oh, wonderful.
National Nude Day.
Yeah, so the guy that in the YouTube chat, RJ, suggesting I go to a strip club. Maybe I should.
And just say, hey, it's festive. It's the social norm. It's National Nude Day, which brings us to great moments in nude history. Frank the Tank in Old School.
We're good streaking!
That's not what I would have picked.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that's disgusting. Just try.
Naked Will Ferrell running down the street.
Frank!
Hey, honey. Hey.
Then he gets an ass first. In the
streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Great moments in nude, naked history. This is a real news story of a Kentucky man.
An Owensboro man is facing charges after deputies say they found him naked while they were on a burglary run. When deputies arrived, they say they saw a man inside the home naked with blood and mud on his body. After a struggle, 41-year-old John Stephanopoulos was eventually taken into custody. They say he kept repeating that he used, quote, mushrooms with Jesus, and they were playing a virtual reality game together.
That'll get you. Mushrooms with Jesus, playing a virtual reality game will leave you naked and covered in blood every time. Blood and mud. Ugh. We got a couple seconds left here, Nige. Yeah. Greatest nude scene in a movie. I'm going with Phoebe Cates in Fast Times, getting out of that pool.
Can we count Basic Instinct?
We can count Basic Instinct, sure.
Sharon Stone, the interrogation scene.
The pool scene in Wild Things. Not a bad scene.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
not a bad one.
Yeah,
Let us know on Twitter, @Hammer and Nigel, best nude scene in a movie.
Well, if you haven't already, you got to download that Synergen X Health app. Synergen X and Low T Center have been changing patients' lives for combined 25 years. So they've dominated the history of men's health. And now together they're pioneering the future with the health app that utilizes technology to deliver patient care beyond any other men's health services that are out there. Maximize your health to get you feeling your best with the added convenience of the Synergen X Health app.
Guys, take control of your health with a visit to the Low T Center. They can take care of you in a number of different ways. They can check testosterone issues. They can take care of blood pressure issues, screen you for some cancers, and prescription weight loss medication. You can still get some free testing, but you've got to make an appointment right now. Visit fixmylowt.com, fixmylowt.com, and be sure to download their app, Synergen X. It's the health app, Synergen X Health app. Book your appointment today. You're going to feel great, and thank me later.
Quality Supply and Tool, your premier